What if Deku joined Team JPDE Compilation? Chapters 65 to 70. Down the Mine. Monday. Day 162. Jack, Penny, David and Evelyn had all noticed a change in Deku. I mean, he's eating, sleeping and studying. His life signs are all regular, Penny said. But he's barely interacting with any of us. He's ignoring me, of all people. Me, Evelyn said. Yes, he's been quite pensive these last few days, which can be considered the usual, but it seems like he's more pensive than ever before, David said. Did something happen that we didn't notice? I can't think of anything, Evelyn said. Asshole, Jack grumbled. Me either. I can't think of any event that may have caused this shift in mood. I fear we have no choice but to inquire directly with him, Penny said. Sure, you go do that. I'm going to get some breakfast, Jack said. What? Seriously? You're not even a little worried? He's our friend, Evelyn said. He's also our partner. Why are you so indifferent to this? David asked. I know. The reason I'm so indifferent to this is that I already know what's causing him to act this way. I already know what's wrong. I already know what's going to come out of his mouth. That lucky son of a bitch, which, I need to remind myself, I pushed into letting this happen to. So, no. I'm not going to be here when he fesses up that getting a crumb turned his life upside down, and he's now desperate for the whole damn loaf. Screw you guys, I'm going for breakfast, Jack said. Jack then left. Well, that was rude. What's wrong with her? Evelyn asked. I'm a bit puzzled. What was she referring to? Penny asked. Ditto. Why was she so pissed? David asked. Oh, I think I know. She's mad that Aiju may be just a bit too successful with older women for Jacqueline's tastes, but I don't see how this could relate. Well, let's try and hear it from the horse's mouth, Evelyn said. A talking horse is our best bet to understand this. But how do they know Aijuku? Penny asked. Wow, Penny. It's been a while, David said. Well, these are exhausting circumstances. He's also been ignoring me, you know, Penny said. Wow, have I not been able to satisfy you too? David asked. No. Well. I mean. You've been exemplary. It's Penny said. We also miss our Aiju time, Evelyn said. Calm down, you two. I'm only teasing. Let's go talk to him, David said. The three then made their way to the balcony. Aiju. Honey. We're getting kinda worried, here. You've been uncharacteristically out of sorts, lately, Evelyn said. Did something happen? What ails you? Penny said. You can tell us, Deku. No matter what, we'll always love and care for you, David said. Callie Belladonna, Deku said. Callie Belladonna, the three exclaimed. She's been non-stop since that night, Deku said. Which, by the way, thanks for the heads up, there, Deku said. Don't look at me. I only found out afterwards, it's these two and Jack to blame, David said. You're welcome, Penny said. We thought it'd be good experience. I mean, you came back with a little new trick about, Evelyn said. Not the point. It was a fun experience, yes, but it was just the one time. Keeping up that kind of relationship with Blake's mother, Deku said. Hold up, wait a minute. Are you saying Blake's mother is pestering you for sex? David asked. Yes. I mean, no. What she's doing is. Deku said. Will you take a deep breath, already? Evelyn asked. Deku inhaled and then exhaled. That's better. So, from the top, Penny asked. Okay, I guess it's from the morning after. You know. I was still reeling when I woke up. Not much happened, but what happened was Holy shit. She instead acted like, well, like a mature woman who had done this many times before. She went into it a little more over breakfast, helped set my mind at ease. It took longer than I expected to persuade me, but I, came around to see her point of view. Anyway, after my nerves were at ease, we parted amiably and I came back. You know the rest of that, Deku said. Your face, Evelyn said. And Jack was very much jealous. While still prodding you for details, David said. Yeah, I know. So, we met a couple more times since then. We talked about this and that. Blake is a constant subject, Deku said. Pretty normal. So Evelyn asked. So, the last time. She started making some, interested comments, Deku said. Oh, my Penny said. I, avoided them using my professional skills of changing the subject, Deku said. Pussy, Evelyn said. No, Cal is the pussy. Deku is a bitch, David said. Hey, this is a bullying-free environment, bad. Anyway, that only made her think she needed to try again later, after I had come to properly process it. And she has. By now she must have realized that I've been, playing hard to get. So I can only imagine that she'll be very much direct next time, Deku said. But you also don't want to stop meeting her, correct? Evelyn asked. No. She's nice and interesting, and until she can arrange to meet Blake, I'm the only person able to give her some updates on her daughter. I can't just cut her off like that, Deku said. So, in short, you feel like having further close encounter of the sexual kind would be weird and counterproductive. At the same time, you don't want to interrupt your amicable relationship, Penny said. But you fear that next time she asks you to jump, you'll just say how high, Evelyn said. That's it in a nutshell. Any ideas, Deku asked. I think I already have an idea, David said. You do, Deku asked. So fast. I haven't even finished computing all the variables, Penny said. Well then, what you got, Hunky? Evelyn asked. Why don't you just tell her what you just told us, David said. Oh my god, I'm a fucking idiot, Deku yelled. Wait, Izuku, you mean you haven't? Penny asked. Not directly, no, Deku said. Izuku, honestly, I highly doubt Miss Belladonna possesses telepathic abilities, Penny said. Cut him some slack, love. It's not easiest conversation to have, and our boy Toy here really has a hard time saying no, Evelyn said. Especially to someone so hot and sexy, David said. Moo, Penny said. Evelyn and David are spot on. It's very hard to say no to such a good time. Hey Callie, I would love to do more sexy stuff, but I think that we shouldn't, Deku said. Maybe a little, but I'm sure she will understand, Evelyn said. But what if it offends her, Deku asked. Offend? Deku, this is not about her being offended or not, this is about you. I'm sure she'll understand your reasons why, David said. David's right. You don't owe her sex just because you did stuff together before and she wants more. If you don't want to do more, just tell her so and that's it, Evelyn said. Normally, you shouldn't even have to offer an explanation. If you don't want to do something because it makes you uncomfortable for any reason, you have the right to refuse to do it. We have refused each other's company when we were otherwise occupied, no, Penny said. Or just not in the mood, Evelyn said. Or recovering from prior engagements, David said. Well, yeah, Deku said. There you go. And I'm sure Miss Belladonna will understand, Penny said. From what you told us, she's not just smoking hot, but also pretty smart and open-minded. I think you're just overthinking it, honey, Evelyn said. Yeah. I probably am I not? Thanks. I'll see if she's free to meet up this afternoon so we can have that conversation, Deku said. You do that. But we should head to the mess hall, otherwise we'll be going hungry till lunch, David said. Agreed, this bun is hungry, Evelyn said. The four then headed to the mess hall. After classes had ended for the day, Deku approached Ruby. So it's time, Ruby asked. Yes. We're going down there this Sunday, Deku said. We'll be there. What will you need us to do, Ruby asked. Simply put, we'll need you guys to be our heroes if something starts going really wrong. We've thought of a way of transportation that's much faster than an elevator ride, but it's going to be a last resort. You and your team. You're gonna need to guard it and use it if anything goes awry. You're going to be our lifeline, Deku said. Gee, way to put the pressure on me, Ruby said. Figured that this way you won't feel too bad about being on the front lines, Deku said. That you had to plan for something like this only makes me more worried, Ruby said. Well, you know the old saying. Hope for the best, Deku said. Plan for the worst. I know, Ruby said. Ruby sighed. Then I'm going to hope I will be just worrying and standing around uselessly. At what time should we meet up, Ruby asked. 8 a.m, nice and easy, Deku said. Huh. That's later than when you usually meet, isn't it, Ruby asked. Yes, but we want to make sure that everyone involved is at 100% on the day. It'll certainly help Evelyn, she hates getting up early on the weekend, Deku said. Ruby giggled. Meanwhile, Glinda Peach said. Vio. Professor Peach. What is it, Glinda asked. Care to join me outside? We need to talk, Peach said. Sure, Glinda said, a bit confused. The two went out to the gardens. Violet. What is it, Glinda asked. Please tell me you're not agreeing with Ozpin on Amber, Peach asked. I ain't. And even if I was, I most certainly wouldn't agree with murdering her, Glinda said. I knew it, Peach said. Then why did you even ask, Glinda asked. We've not exactly been present in each other's lives in the past few years, have we, Peach asked. No. No, we haven't, Glinda said. The Glinda I know, the Glinda I was on a team with, would have never allowed something like that, but people can change over time. Still, I wanted to trust you, Peach said. I figured. Otherwise, letting me know that you know about Amber's situation would have been a pretty risky move. Which leads me to believe your relationship with Amber doesn't end with just a simple encounter in Peak, does it, Glinda asked. No. And I'm sorry I haven't been truthful with you, Glinda, but Peach said. I understand, Violet. For the students, right, Glinda asked. Yes. And, well, the others who aren't exactly students, but Peach said. Deku had gone into Vale to meet with Callie. Good afternoon, Ijuku, Callie said. Hey, Callie, Deku said. Have you waited long, Callie asked. You ask that every time. And I'm always exactly. Wait. Exactly, Deku said. Callie said. Callie, have you made me wait exactly 5 minutes every single time we've met since, Deku asked. Now, why would I do that, Callie asked. I don't know, Deku said. Then I guess it's just a coincidence. Let's take a seat, Callie said. The two then sat down. Did I freak you out that much, Callie asked. Huh. I'm sorry, Deku asked. With the 5 minutes wait thing. Didn't think you'd notice so soon, Callie said. So it is on purpose. Why, Deku asked. Simple enough. What do you do while waiting for me, Callie asked. Not much. I usually just think of. Oh, Deku said. Indeed, Callie said. Callie, I wanted to talk about something, Deku said. Oh, that's new. I'm usually the one bringing a topic to the table, so to speak. Which makes me think that maybe I made you feel like our relationship is utilitarian on my part, Callie said. I don't, Callie, I promise you, Deku said. Are you sure? You were acting a little weird, last time, Callie said. I was, but not because of something like that. I don't think you've been using me, so to speak, Deku said. Maybe I've been doing it without thinking. Taking advantage of your kindness, Callie said. Callie, I offered to help with your intelligence on the Black Cat. I enjoy your company. And I really enjoyed the other stuff too. You've done nothing wrong other than surprise me, Deku said. Heh, I guess I did. Such mean partners you have, not even giving you a heads up, Callie said. A bit. Anyway, that's not why I've been acting weird. It's just, after the shock wore off, I thought. I'm in a relationship with Blake now, and Deku said. Keeping up that kind of relationship with her mother would feel weird, Callie asked. Yeah. And I had no idea how to breach the subject, Deku said. Oh, I must have made things extra hard for you. No pun intended, Callie said. Anyway, yeah. I think you're great and I don't regret anything we've done, but Deku said. I understand, Izuku. It's alright, we'll be keeping our relationship above the sheets, so to speak, Callie said. You don't mind, Deku asked. Well, I do mind a little, but I can't very well force you, can I? I promise to not try and pursue you anymore. No harm done, Callie said. Phew. That takes a huge weight off my shoulders, not gonna lie, Deku said. You like me that much, Callie asked. I do. I mean, I've been really enjoying our talks. You're literally the only adult I regularly talk to casually like this, Deku said. Must be hard, living so far away from your family and not being able to easily contact them, Callie said. Yeah. But thankfully I have such good friends and loved ones I can talk to. They're all so unique in their own ways, Deku said. I thought you wanted to keep things above the sheets, you flatter. And you're pretty interesting yourself, Izuku. I really appreciate your company too. I don't go for just anyone, you know, Callie said. Now I'm the one who feels flattered. And honestly, I am curious about the rules and the background. I would like to know the details so my relationships can at least keep everybody happy, Deku said. Understandable. If you're interested, I wouldn't mind going into more detail. Not in public, though. I hope you understand, Callie said. Oh, absolutely. Next time, then. We can meet at your apartment, Deku said. My thoughts exactly. Now, shall we get our usual tea, Callie asked. In the evening, Deku went to Crowbar to find Winter. He quickly found her due to the white hair and had to admit to himself, Winter looked gorgeous with her hair now in a ponytail and her casual get-up. Good evening, Miss Winter, Deku said. I should have changed locations after the first interloper, Winter said. Sorry for the sudden appearance, but I wanted to talk, Deku said. Talk, Winter asked. Yes. Talk, Deku said. Why would you want to talk to me after, Winter asked. Yeah, believe me, I've been asking myself that exact same question. And I want to talk to you because I want to understand. And Weiss. She wants to understands, too, Deku said. In that case, we have nothing to talk about, Winter said. You don't want to talk? Fine. Then you'll listen to me. You owe me that much, Deku said. Do what you wish, Winter said. So, when I asked Weiss about you, two things stuck out to me. First, that she still thinks the world of you. Second, your life took a turn, years ago. So at first I thought it was your years in the military that had caused the change from the sociable sister Weiss remembers, Deku said. Winter remained silent. But after talking with another person, I now understand that your change in career was just one of the side effects of something that happened before that, Deku said. Another? Who are you talking about, Winter asked. Who do you think, Deku asked. Deku then showed Winter his scroll, specifically showing her a person she did not expect to see in his contacts. How? How did you? Winter asked. Deku began to give his explanation. A few days ago Deku was calling a number that he had gotten with the help of Professor Polendina and Seal. Who is this? The person asked. Good. Good evening, Mrs. Willow Schnee. My name is Izuku Midoriya. I know that doesn't mean anything to you, but I needed to talk to you because of something that happened between your daughters, Weiss and Winter. What happened was that Winter learned that I was Weiss's boyfriend, but I was, Deku said. Weiss's boyfriend? Did she give you this number? Willow asked. No. I know you're not on speaking terms. She doesn't know I'm calling you. Anyway, I'm not calling about Weiss. I'm calling about Winter, Deku said. Willow began to laugh. Oh my gods, so let me get this straight. You're Weiss's boyfriend, you didn't get my number from her, you know that she hasn't spoken to me in years and you called to talk about Winter? Willow asked. Yes, Deku said. Willow began to laugh again. Oh, gods, I haven't laughed like that in. Okay, I'm good now. So, you said you called because of Winter. You met her as well? Willow asked. Yes, though first impressions on both sides weren't great, which spiraled into why I'm calling you. I was wondering if you could help me understand something. It's a bit of a long story, Deku said. Well, I literally don't have anything better to do with my time, so go on. I'm all ears, Willow said. As I was saying, me and Winter didn't get off to the best start because Deku said. Deku then told Willow what happened. Back to the present. So, she helped me connect the dot. It's not a full picture, but it's enough for me to understand, Deku said. She told you. Why would she do that? Winter asked. Well, first and foremost, because she doesn't want Weiss to cut ties with all of her family members. Because she worries about you more than she does Weiss, always. But you already know that, don't you? Deku asked. Winter stayed silent. Also, I may have promised her something I'm going to regret down the line, Deku said. You? My mother asked something of you? Winter asked. Yeah. Which she also made me promise not to tell you about. Anyway, Winter. She told me about that night. When, for the first time in your entire life, you came to her. Desperate. And, considering what happened with Weiss, what triggered your actions and the words you said to me? Winter. Who hurt you so badly? Deku asked. Let's make one thing clear, here. I'm not looking for salvation, or absolution or someone to mend my broken heart. I've healed, I made something out of myself, I moved on, Winter said. Yeah, because I feel so inclined to think you as weak after my torture, Deku said. Winter sighed. Still, I have to face the fact that the event influenced my actions. Completely shutting myself off from the sentimental left me woefully untrained and unprepared to deal with Weiss's situation, Winter said. Which, to be honest, is something that came completely out of left field for everyone involved, as well, Deku said. Is it, now? Then, let's make a deal, Winter said. What kind of deal? Deku asked. I'm about to tell you about the lowest point in my entire life. Give you a level of access to myself that no one has ever had, barring my mother. Despite what happened, the wrongness of my actions, I still cannot trust you. So if this is really about helping me and Weiss, I want you to tell me about yourself too. In kind, Winter said. All right. If we both promise to keep all of this to ourselves, Deku said. Of course. The threat should keep each other in check, Winter said. I agree. So Deku asked. Her name was Julia, Winter said. Was she a classmate? Deku asked. an upperclassman. 3 years my senior. I had known her for years because she was the oldest daughter of one of my father's business partners. And yet she was so different from everyone else. She was so mature and knowledgeable, the only person I could have a proper conversation with. Funny, outgoing, devoid of the general stuck-up attitude I had grown to hate in grown-ups and teenagers from high society. And she was also pretty, Winter said. You didn't see it coming at all, Deku asked. I wasn't stupid. I knew why so many other kids wanted to be my friend, I knew so many boys wanted to know me. I guess I let my guard down around her because she was a girl. Or maybe because I really fell for her. If it had been anything less, it wouldn't have hurt so much, Winter said. Many years ago. Oh my gods, I can't believe it, a female student said. Pics or it didn't happen, huh? Never doubt me again, Julia said. Ah, you lucky little slut. If I had known she was a muff driver, I would have totally gotten to her before you, the female student said. Keep telling yourself that. Either way, I win, Julia said. You seriously think you can keep her to yourself until you tie the knot, the female student asked. That's what Jakshani did with her mother. The genes are there. And I certainly have much more charm than some scrawny, nerdy pencil pusher, Julia said. My word. Wait till word gets around, you'll have to beat other girls off her with a stick, the female student said. Like I care. She only wants and trusts me. I made sure of that. She even wanted to introduce me to her sister, Julia said. Her sister? Why her sister? Even if, my gods, Weiss is adorable, the female student said. Beats me. But hey, I got the older Shni, didn't I? How hard will it be to win the younger one's approval? And maybe, Julia said. I know that look, girlfriend. What are you thinking, the female student asked. Nothing much, really, it's just. It's good to have options, you know, Julia said. Weiss, Winter thought. Stay away from Weiss, Winter yelled, entering the room. It was one hell of a way to unlock the family semblance, Winter said. No one ever knew, Deku asked. Only me, Julia, that friend of hers. And my parents. My father cares a lot about the family name, so not even rumors about it exists anymore. So. Do you understand, now, Winter asked. Yes. Yes, I do, Deku said. But that's not enough to explain my actions. The fear of history repeats itself is one part of it, of course, but I still, honestly, sincerely do not trust someone who would entail such a relationship so out of the ordinary. What kind of person would even attempt something like that? I don't understand, Winter said. Someone not accustomed to your definition of ordinary. I guess it's my turn now. I was subject to discrimination for most of my life, Deku said. You were? Are you secretly a faunus, Winter asked. No, I'm not a faunus, Deku said. Then why were you discriminated against, Winter asked. That requires some background. First of all, where do you think I'm from, Deku asked. Well, from your appearance, I would guess you're from Mistral or a settlement in Anima, Winter said. You'd be correct with your latter guess. I'm from a remote settlement in Anima, and when I say remote, I mean very remote. We're so remote that CCTS's network practically doesn't exist, Deku said. Wow, that is very remote, Winter said. Yes. And being that remote also means we don't see a lot of outside hunters, so we provide our own security. Which means we need constant supply of capable fighters for when others die, retire, or move away. And to make sure of that, every child begins training at a very young age. Most have their aura unlocked at the age of 4 and discovered their semblance before the age of 10, Deku said. 4. I mean, I was young when I unlocked my semblance, but 4, Winter said. Well, it what needs to be done. Anyway, when I turned 4, My aura pool was basically non-existent, and so I was considered weak and a burden. The other kids would bully and hurt me because of it, especially since I had a big dream of becoming a hunter, Deku said. That's awful. But you've clearly proven them wrong, Winter said. I have. And in only under 2 years, the first year just being full of getting my body into shape, and then the next 6 months getting a handle on my semblance, Deku said. I see you've had it rough. But defying all the odds to do what you dream and proving everyone wrong. I can respect that. And I know you would never hurt Weiss, I'll back off. But I'll still be watching you, if you do hurt her, Winter said. I'll be cut into 6 pieces, or something of the sorts. I understand, Deku said. Yeah, something like that, Winter said. Now, it's late, so I'll take my leave, but before I go, Deku said. What is it? Winter asked. Answer your mother's calls next time, Deku said. Deku then left, and on cue, Winter's scroll went off. She smiled and answered. Hey, Mom, Winter said. You made me have the craziest conversation, young lady, Willow said. Yeah. Me too, Winter said. Tuesday. Day 163. Down in Vale. So you believe you're fit for duty again? Ironwood asked. Yes, General. I apologize for my conduct and the gross misuse of Atlas authoritative power, Winter said. You used it the way it was supposed to. Problem was in your judgment. So there's no longer any animosity towards Mr. Midoriya? Ironwood asked. He is a little pissant with no sense of knowing when to stop in anything in his life. But he's not a criminal mastermind trying to seduce his way into the Shinee family, Winter said. A decisive change in outlook. And what caused this shift? Ironwood asked. He's been very upfront about himself and trying to mend my relationship with Weiss. Which would be counterproductive, no. Also, my mother seems to like him, Winter said. She would know about golf diggers, wouldn't she? But how did he even get in touch with her? Ironwood asked. The pissant is surprisingly resourceful. I have no idea, Winter said. So you say that Willow Shinee actually likes him? Ironwood asked. Yes, but I think she also got something out of him in return, Winter said. What could possibly Willow Shinee want with a first-year student? Ironwood asked. I haven't the foggiest. And considering my mother's penchant for random moods, Winter said. You don't know who to be worried for? Ironwood said. I don't know who to be worried for, Winter said. Meanwhile at Beacon. What? What do you mean I should expect word from Winter soon? Weiss asked. Exactly what I said. I think we're out of the woods with the whole situation, Deku said. But how? I don't. Explosive dust above, you sort her out. Are you alright? Weiss asked. We just talked. We came to an understanding, and she no longer thinks I'm a gold digger. I also know why she overreacted the way she did, Deku said. You understand? Weiss asked. Still don't approve, but yes, Deku said. How can you when I couldn't? Why did you even try to understand? Weiss asked. Well, as someone noted, I think I have a soft spot for women in distress. Also, I can tell how much she means to you, Deku said. I love you, Weiss said, then kissing Deku. Weiss then got a call on her scroll. Is it her? Deku asked. Yes, that's her ringtone. I guess it's my turn to understand, then Weiss said. Yes. I know it may be difficult, but remember, that woman loves you more than anything else on Remnant, Deku said. I know, Weiss said. Weiss then went to answer her scroll. You. How could you? Why do you have Winter's same ringtone? Weiss yelled. Deku wondered why it's the caller that decides the ringtone and not the receiver. You. What? We haven't heard from each other in years. This familiarity is hardly, Weiss said. Weiss, Who is it? Deku asked. No one, Izuku. I was just about to, Weiss said. The hell do you mean? Say hi to Mr. Boyfriend for me, Weiss yelled. Oh no. It's her, Deku thought. What do you mean you already know him? Weiss asked. No, I'm not putting you on speaker. If you know him, prove it. Tell me something only he would know, Weiss said. Oh, Deku said. You told her about the swimsuit, Weiss yelled. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to until she told me, Deku said. I never told you we weren't on speaking terms, did I? Weiss asked. No, you didn't, Deku said. No one asked you. Fine, Weiss said. Weiss then put her scroll on speaker. Much better. Good morning, Mr. Boyfriend, Willow said. Good morning, Miss Willow, Deku said. Oh, tut tut tut. What are you supposed to call me? Willow said. Not in front of Weiss, Deku said. You gave your word, Willow said. You did what? About what? Weiss asked. But I thought it was just for private conversations, Deku said. Never said that. So, be a good boy, Willow said. What's happening? What's even happening? Weiss asked. Yes. Mother, Deku said. The hell? Weiss yelled. How I've missed the sound of that word out the lips of a young man, Willow said. Do not ignore me. What is this all about? Weiss asked. Oh, quite simple. I told him about Winter's darkest secret and in return Mr. Boyfriend does some things for me, Willow said. One of which being that, Deku said. Weiss laughed. You. What would you ever know about Winter? Weiss asked. Oh, definitely more than you, young lady. That lip would be better deserved if I wasn't the only reason you're going to be talking to Winter again, Willow said. What the hell does that? Weiss yelled. Weiss paused. Winter. Winter still talks to you? Weiss asked. She never stopped, Willow said. But she told me, Weiss said. Because she wanted you to keep at least some kind of tie to your family, doofus. You won't hear me mounting defense of your father and brother, of course, but don't you think you might have been too harsh on Mama? Willow said. You're everything I don't want to be. A trophy, a target, a weak, drunk, helpless, Weiss said. Whoa, there, Weiss, Deku said. Oh, come off your high horse, heiress. I was a woman in love, Willow said. That's not enough. That can't be enough, Weiss yelled. Sometimes it is. Winter understands that. You're still obviously too far up your own ass to do the same, though. Shame, Willow said. Whoa, Deku said. Fuck you, Weiss yelled. Whoa, Deku said. Weiss then hung up. Weiss, don't you think that was a bit? Deku said. Shut up. You know nothing about her, Weiss yelled. Don't get angry at me for trying to tell you that maybe telling your mother to go fuck herself is a bit too far, Deku yelled. She was just spouting bullshit. And I don't need you interfering. My family is broken and you'll never understand because your family is perfect, Weiss yelled. Deku then left. Weiss felt terrible, feeling she had gone too far. After classes had ended, Ruby had called a team meeting to tell the rest of Team RWB why they were going to peak to help Team JPDE. So, that's pretty much everything, Ruby said. Ruby, don't you think that embarking the entire team on such a mission required a consultation before giving your agreement? Weiss asked. Maybe, Ruby said. Especially considering what we're already dealing with ourselves, Blake said. I guess, Ruby said. And also considering they're at odds with the headmaster, something Fierce Young said. Okay, first of all, we've been doing stuff like they've been doing, too, but the headmaster hasn't gotten angry at us. Why? Ruby asked. Ha Young said. Second, it's true that we have our own things to do, but do you really think that missing a single day of availability is gonna make any kind of difference when we've been hitting a dead end for weeks? Now Ruby asked. Well, Blake said. Third. I apologize for not consulting you earlier, but I did so because I trust in you. Are you really going to tell me that you're not going to help Team Jade with this? That the work of Team RWBY is so important that we can't spare a day to help some classmates? Ruby asked. That's not what I said. We're hunters. Or we're going to be, anyway. Helping people is what we're training for. If you don't want to help, it's fine, but it had better end because of my actions. Because I don't want to be the leader of a team that can only help themselves, Ruby said. There was a moment of silence. Did that just happen? Ruby asked. Wow, Young said. Ruby, that was Wise said. I can't believe you, Blake said. OMG, I'm sorry, Ruby yelled. Don't be, you nincompoop. That's the first time I've actually seen you act like a leader, Wise said. Ha, Ruby said. Way to go, little sis. I knew you had it in you, Young said. Ruby said. You're right. Even with the White Fang and Torchwick. We're doing it to help others, ultimately. This is no different, Blake said. I think I need to go lay down, Ruby said. And Ruby did just that. Up in the lab ship. My name is Winter Schnee. Recently, I did something reprehensible while in the throes of my own obsession. Blinded by my own ignorance. Knowing the pitfalls and suffering of love without enough experience in its workings to recognize something genuine. If a bit atypical, in my defense. This in turn, led me to. I hurt people. Including the one who is dearest to me. The matter is resolved, no thanks to me, but there are still amends to make, Winter thought. I'm sorry for what transpired, sir, and for the mess left afterwards, Winter said. Well, considering who had to clean it up, I think the apology for that particular detail would be best served given to Seal, Enrico said. Don't you have cleaners? Winter asked. Indeed. But cleaning up a puddle of vomit or two builds character, I say, Enrico said. Winter Weiss said, entering the lab. Weiss, Winter questioned. Weiss went silent. I'm sorry for not letting myself be heard, but I'm making my rounds of apologies and I thought it'd be better if, Winter said. Help, Weiss said. Excuse me, Winter asked. I need your help, Winter. I did something terrible, Weiss said. You? What? Weiss, what? Start from the beginning, please, Winter said. Enrico quietly left the room. Weiss then told Winter what happened. Once again, my lies come to excise their payment at the worst possible moment. And yet, looking back at it, I'd do everything exactly the same. Weiss was so little. She was in no way ready to know about something like that. But I should have told her once she started alienating Mother, too. So she'd understand, Winter thought. I'm a terrible person, Weiss said. Weiss, no. It's not your fault. There's something you should know, Winter said. Winter, even if there's something that would have prevented the situation, blowing up on Ijuku like I did has no excuse, Weiss said. No. It doesn't. But, Weiss, think about it. He tried to understand me despite what I did. I have no doubt that he understands the what and the why, or at least he's willing to, Winter said. Then, why did he leave? The look in his eyes, Weiss said. 2 reasons. First, to let you understand that you had gone too far. Second, to allow both of you time to calm down and avoid saying something even worse. He was just being the better person, Winter said. So, what should I do? Weiss asked. Apologize to him. In person, Winter said. I know that, but I don't Iwai said. I will call him for you, okay, Winter said. Thanks. But Winter, first. Can you tell me? Can you please tell me? What happened to you? Weiss asked. The two had gone out to the Beacon Gardens. And so. I tell her everything, without sparing nothing. How much I loved Julia, how much I really believed in her. In us. And how the only person who could fully understand me was our mother, Winter thought. And that's everything that happened, Winter said. I don't understand. How could you even? Weiss asked. Weiss. I think this whole debacle should have taught you that sometimes emotions overrule any kind of logical thought, Winter said. Weiss said. Anger, love, pride. Any emotion, if in great numbers, can cause people to lose sight of themselves. Make them blind to things, even faults. And sadly, yes. There are people who would exploit that, Winter said. Then. How are you supposed to defend yourself? Weiss asked. I know this sounds hypocritical, but do as I say, not as I do. Friends, Winter said. Friends? Weiss asked. Surround yourself with as many people as possible, especially the ones who are different from you. They may see things you don't. As a general rule of thumb, the people who really love you have no qualms in being angry at you and telling you to get off it if you go too far, Winter said. Think I should apologize to Mom? Weiss asked. I think you should make an effort to understand her. I think she remains in her loveless marriage out of indolence. Or because she prefers feeling sorry for herself? Winter asked. I guess not. Speaking of Mom, though, did you know she asked Izuku to call her mother in return for her help? Weiss asked. No, I didn't. That's incredibly weird, Winter said. Also incredibly sad, Winter thought. And apparently, that just one of a few favors he owes her, Weiss said. Do you know what the others are? Winter asked. Not really. Guess I'll ask him later, Weiss said. So, how long till he gets here? Weiss asked. A few more minutes. Better prepare yourself, Winter said. Honestly, I think it'd be better used relaxing myself. The whole argument and fallout has stressed me out, Weiss said. I see. The last few days have been stressful and exhausting for me as well, Winter said. We should make it up to Izuku somehow, Weiss said. Agreed. Got any ideas? Winter asked. Well, a couple. But there is something he really likes. And it's worked before, Weiss said. What is it? I'll do anything to apologize to him, Winter said. Well. One of his girlfriends is a rabbit faunus, Weiss said, blushing. Winter blushed. Weiss, you, Winter yelled. A few minutes later Deku arrived at the gardens to see a sweet and beautiful sight in front of him. There, sitting on a bench under a tree, was Weiss and Winter, both sleeping peacefully. Deku wished he could take in the sight peacefully, but Can I stop recording them already? This feels wrong, Deku said. Not as wrong as being denied scenes like this all my life. Our household has never had a relaxed enough climate that such things could happen, Willow said. You're really good at guilt tripping, you know that, Deku said. Mothers usually are. Speaking of which, I will be counting on you for those other things, my boy, Willow said. I believe my team will be able to qualify for the Vital tournament for the second thing to happen. But what are the other things I have to do? You haven't told me, Deku said. You'll find out soon enough, my dear, Willow said. That does not fill me with confidence, Deku said. Don't worry. You'll be the one doing the filling, Willow said. What? Deku asked. Willow then hung up. Welp. Guess I should wake them up, Deku said. Deku walked up to them and poked them on the cheek. Wakey wakey sleepy, Deku said. The next thing Deku knew, he was on the ground with his right arm in between two soft things and his head being crushed by something. Who are you and? Izuku, Winter asked. Yes, Deku said, in pain. Winter. What are you doing? I thought you moved past this, Weiss said. I have, Winter said. Then let go of him, Weiss yelled. Oh, right, Winter said. Winter then released her grip and stood up along with Deku. Sorry about that. It was just instinct, Winter said. It's alright. I probably should have thought about you being an army specialist before I woke you, Deku said. Still again sorry, Winter said. Did you like it, Weiss asked. What, Deku and Winter yelled. You heard me, Weiss said. Weiss, why would you ask such a thing, Deku said. Weiss then walked up to Deku. Because we're going to be apologizing for our actions, Weiss said. Weiss then grabbed Deku's arm and placed it under her skirt. Weiss. What has gotten into you? Wind's right there, Deku said. I know, Weiss said. Winter then walked up, placed Izuku's other hand on her chest. Do you like them, Winter asked. Deku's face went completely red and then proceeded to pass out. Oh, Weiss said. I thought you said he enjoyed sex, Winter asked. He does. But I think we may have pushed him a bit too far, Weiss said. I see. Let's take him to my quarters. He can recover there, and we won't be interrupted, Winter said. Winter and Weiss did just that, and once Deku woke up, they apologized for their actions. Meanwhile in Vale, someone had just arrived. And so, this is what has become of Vale. My goodness, I thought it hadn't been damaged that badly during the war. I can barely recognize it from Father's pictures. Where's the arches? Where's the triptychs? Where's the marble sculptures? Oh tight, those are in Atlas. A woman with white hair and wearing a blue and white dress said. Things that happened during an occupation, I guess. You'd think they would ask for some of it back, though. Probably got overlooked during the change of government, the woman said. She then sighed. You're great company, bucket of bolts. That'll teach me to prioritize security over entertainment, the woman said. The woman was with one of the new AK units. Well, at least I don't have to carry anything myself. Tit for tat. Now, let's find a hotel. Chop. Chop. Then I can try and make this evening less humdrum, the woman said. Deku and David were both working at Junior's, using their new identities as twins to avoid detection. They were nicely settling into their new roles. Well, someone's feeling relaxed enough to laugh, I see. Hope you're not back in the mindset of underestimating the job, Milshia asked. Milshia? No, I swear. I was just thinking that. Well, I was just thinking that the Painite twins are now part of the club's image, just as the two of you. And that's kind of funny to me, David said. Funny? Funny how, Milshia asked. It's just. Well, I have never given much thought about what I could be good at, but even so I would have never thought of something like this. It's weird how life can turn out, huh? All I did was walk in here one day, David said. Yeah, I guess that's understandable. Certainly wasn't in our plans, either, Milshia said. I figured. How did you end up working for Junior, then? How long has it been, David asked. It's been 4 years, now. And we ended up here after dropping out of hunter training, Milshia said. You mean Beacon, David asked. No. Beacon isn't the only hunter academy in Vale, you know. And I said training, anyway. It was less a school and more apprenticeship, Milshia said. I see. I guess it didn't work out, David asked. You could say that, yeah. We couldn't pass our final test. We never managed to awaken our semblances. Thus we didn't qualify for further instructions and had to figure out what to do with our lives, Milshia said. And that's when you came to Vale City. It doesn't sound like you're from here, David said. Excuse me. Are you saying I have an accent? Milshia asked. Yeah, just a little bit. It's pretty cute, it makes you stand out, David said. Did you completely miss the death glare I gave you? Milshia asked. Nah, I just decided to ignore it. As I said, I like your accent. Although, from what you tell me, you're making conscious efforts to reduce it, David asked. Yeah. I'm not like Melin, who can just turn it off whenever she feels like it. Honestly, so unfair. First school, then hunter training, then the job. Why is it always me who needs to slave away to learn a trade? Milshia asked. Huh? What do you mean? David asked. Nothing, I vented on you enough for one night. You should grab Ijuku and go before you miss the last bullhead to Beacon, Milshia said. Right. I'll see you soon then. Good night, David said. Meanwhile, Deku was feeling pretty good about himself. He was starting to get regulars, and in such a short time. Are you trying to step on my toes, rookie? Trying to break my record for the most money spent by a client in one sitting? Who do you think you are? Melanie asked. How? What? Deku asked. There's a clear pecking order in this establishment, Ijuku. It goes me, Milshia, the cleaners, David, and then you, Melanie said. What about Junior? Deku asked. What about Junior? Don't change the subject. You're meddling with the primal forces of nature, Mr. Rookie. And I won't have it, Melin said. So, in short, you don't give a damn, Deku said. Got you for a moment, though, didn't I? Melanie asked. Just a moment. Have I been doing that good? Deku asked. Not that good, but certainly good. Especially compared to the others who came before you, minus David, Melanie said. Guess we weren't the first attempt at expanding the workforce here at Juniors? Deku asked. Goodness, no. You and David are the first ones to stick with it for as long as you've done, though. I think the difference is that you two are actually interested in the job, Melin said. As opposed to what? Deku asked. As opposed to who, actually? Melanie said. Oh, I see. They thought they'd have more chances to get closer to the two of you as co-workers than clients, Deku said. Yup. Too bad that Milshia takes the job way too seriously to even think of giving them the time of the day. And you can imagine the kind of people who would have that mentality, so, no interest from me either, Melanie said. Oh. So you don't take the job seriously? Deku teased. I take it seriously enough. Milshia is way too high-strung, though. You'd think she'd learn to relax, after all these years. If she acted more naturally, she'd be making more than me, considering, Melanie said. Considering what? Deku asked. It's nothing. Anyway. I'm surprised I didn't see a hint of that from you. Do we scare you that much? Melanie said. Nah. It's just that I don't really have much time to interact with either of you when on the job. Also, I already have so many partners, I'm starting to think I may need to pull back on that. Gotta leave some fish in the sea, even if they're exotic, Deku said. You think we're exotic? Melanie asked. Well, yeah. The girls I know don't wear those kinds of outfits and have heel blades and claws, whilst serving clients in a club. You two are very different and unique, Deku said. You flatter. Trying to add us to your harem, King, Melanie said. Hey, I'm not some harem king. Everyone involved has a voice in the leadership. They can voice their concerns, bring another in, date someone else exclusively, or they can leave whenever they want. The only thing that matters is that everyone is happy, Deku said. I see, Melanie said. I should probably get going now before the last bullhead departs. I can see David coming over, Deku said. Oh, right. I see. I'll see you next shift, then, Melanie said. Yup. Good night, Melanie, Deku said. Deku then met with David and the two went to change and headed back to Beacon. Wednesday. Day 164. Early in the morning in Team JPDDE's room. "Okay Penny, how are we for time?" Evelyn asked. "We're right on time. Target Green Bean will be returning shortly. And Target Frost is still in the shower," Penny said. What are you two talking about?" David asked. "Don't worry about it, David. You'll understand shortly," Evelyn said. "Okay," David said. T-10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Penny said. Deku then entered the room. "Hey guys. What are all of you doing up so early?" "The mess hall doesn't open for a while," Deku said. "Well, I'm always up early because of my nature," Penny said. "As for me and David, we just woke up earlier than usual," Evelyn said. "Fair enough. I'm going to have a shower now," Deku said. "Alrighty then. Go right ahead," Evelyn said. "Take all the time you need. A hot shower is good for your joints and muscles," Penny said. "That it does," Deku said. Deku then entered the bathroom. "Wait a minute. Isn't Jack in the shower?" David asked. "Is she now?" Evelyn asked. "Oh no," Penny said. The two smirked. David now knew what they were up to. The three looked to the bathroom door, but something was off. Nothing was happening. Jack then came out of the bathroom. "Hey guys," Jack said. "Huh. That's strange," Penny said. "What's going on?" "It should have happened by now," Evelyn said. David chuckled. "What's so funny, David?" Evelyn said. David just walked away, leaving Evelyn and Penny confused. Team JPDDE were heading to combat class when "Mr. Midoriya, hold on if you would please," Glinda said. "Miss Goodwixt?" Deku questioned. "Shouldn't you be in class?" "It's almost time for class to begin," Jack said. "You're right. I should be," Glinda said. May we ask why?" David asked. Glinda sighed. "With the Vittle Festival fast approaching, there's a lot of prep work to be done. I've been rushed off my heels trying to sort everything out, and today is especially busy for me, which is why Professor Peach will be substituting my combat class," Glinda said. "I see. But what do you want with me?" Deku asked. "I would like to request your help in moving the supplies to the storage room that are arriving today. I could do it all by myself, but I'll be honest with you all. I really can't be fucked to do it alone," Glinda said. "Very well then, I'll give you a hand," Deku said. "Thank you," Glinda said. "The rest of us don't mind helping either," Jack said. "The offer is appreciated, but I'd rather keep the number of students missing class as low as possible. Also, Izuku has the best average grades over all classes on your team," Glinda said. "Very well. See you after class then," Jack said. "See you guys later," Deku said. "See ya," David said. "Don't strain yourself," Penny said. "Good luck," Evelyn said. Glinda and Deku then walked away. "Good luck. What does that mean?" Jack asked. "Just wishing luck with Izuku's fishing. He's got a big fish to catch today," Evelyn said. "Luckily, there's some good bait he can use. Courtesy of Professor Peach," Penny said. "Wait. You don't mean?" David asked. "She also offered a lifetime supply of the bait," Evelyn said. "Gods damn it. Why is it always him?" Jack yelled. Deku and Glinda went to the Bullhead Landing and saw that the supplies had been delivered. "Oh good. The supplies have already been delivered. We can start straight away then," Glinda said. "That's good. So, what's in these things?" "I don't want to end up breaking anything," Deku said. "I'm not sure. The manifest should tell us." "Now where is it?" Glinda asked. Glinda then looked for the manifest. "Ah, there it is," Glinda said. Glinda reached for the manifest, but she, accidentally, knocked it off. "Whoops," Glinda said. Glinda then bent over the box to pick up the manifest. However, This gave Deku a full view. Deku quickly turned away, covering his nose and mouth. Glinda looked back at Deku and smiled to herself. He's falling for the bait. Thank you, Violet. Thank you, Evelyn. Thank you, Penny, Glinda thought. Glinda and Deku then proceeded to put the supplies in storage. Though during the entire thing, Deku couldn't help but see Glinda in a different light. All right. That's the last box. We're done, Glinda said. And just in time, too. Lunch is just around the corner, Deku said. Indeed, it is. Would you like to come to my room to relax and have a cup of tea as thanks for your help, Glinda said. Deku thought about rejecting the offer, considering his current feeling towards Glinda, but he thought it'd be rude to refuse her. And besides, it's not like anything would happen, everything before that was probably just an accident. I would very much like that. Thank you, Miss Goodwitch, Deku said. Please. Call me Glinda, Glinda said. Oh, okay. Glinda, Deku said. Glinda smiled. All right. Showtime is here, Glinda said. The two went to Glinda's room. Excuse me one moment. Please have a seat, Glinda said. Okay, Deku said. Glinda went over to her bed. She opened a drawer from her bedside table and pulled out a small bottle. She proceeded to spray herself with it. She then put the bottle away and returned. Sorry about that. Just wanted to freshen up, Glinda said. No worries, Deku said. Glinda then walked over to the kitchen and started to prepare some tea. As Deku waited, the smell of Glinda's new perfume wafted through the air. Like the scent of my new perfume. It's the first time I'm using it, Glinda said. I do, but I can't help but think it smells familiar. What's the scent, if you don't mind me asking, Deku asked. Honestly, I don't know. There was no label on the bottle. I'll have to ask Violet. She's the one who gave it to me, Glinda said. I see, Deku said. Wait. Violet gave it to her. Don't tell me, Deku thought, beginning to feel hot. Oh my. The perfume's potency is much stronger than I expected. Sorry about that, Glinda said. It's alright, Deku said. No, it's not, Deku thought. Glinda then bent down, giving Deku another view, causing him to squirm. How do you like your tea, Glinda asked. Thick and creamy, Deku said, instantly covering his mouth. You like your tea with cream? Never would have thought that. But I guess we all have our pleasures. I also enjoy big loads of thick delicious cream, Glinda said. Glinda then felt a pair of hands on her rear and something pressing against it. She turned to see Deku had moved from the table. Deku. What are you, Glinda asked in surprise. Deku then caused Glinda to moan. I can't hold it any longer, Deku said. Neither can I. Take me and put your thick cream in my, Glinda said. Glinda was cut off by Deku kissing her. The two then spent the rest of the school day together. The two were now laying on the bed, calming down from the aphrodisiac. This was planned, wasn't it, Deku asked. Yeah. But I didn't know it was going to go like this. Violet said she would plan things out and talk you, Penny and Evelyn. All I had to do was follow her instructions, Glinda said. Of course they were in on it, Deku said. Are you angry, Glinda asked. Not really. To be honest, the night we spent together when I first came to Remnant, I wanted to fuck you, Deku said. That makes me happy, Glinda said. It does too. But what about the school rules, Deku asked. Don't worry about them. I quietly removed those rules. But you will be punished for skipping class, Glinda said. What is my punishment, Deku asked. Every Wednesday lunchtime from now on, you will come to me and help relieve me of my stress. You may bring others along as well, Glinda said. Very. Very well. Would you like to continue or are we finished? Deku asked. Unfortunately I have more work to do, so we're finished for the day. Unless you don't mind doing it in the shower, Glinda said. I love doing it in the shower, Deku said. Then prove it, Glinda said. Glinda and Deku then entered the bathroom. After class, Team JPDE, Professor Peach and Amber, were gathered on Team JPDDE's balcony. So Professor Goodwitch is on our side, Jack said. Not necessarily. She still believes in the importance of Ozpin's mission, but isn't willing to let some of his methods slide any longer. She assured me that she won't let Ozpin touch a hair on Amber's head, even if he manages to find someone for the transfer, Peach said. That's great. That was, Amber can actually come with us, David said. Excuse me. Why are you making it sound like I was supposed to stay behind? Amber asked. Because it was. You were the only one able to protect yourself whilst we were away, before Professor Peach and Miss Goodwitch had their heart-to-heart. You really think we would leave you defenseless? Deku said. Amber sighed. I guess not, Amber said. That's a surprisingly agreeable reaction, Amber. You mean you see and accept the inherent logic? Penny asked. It's more like, after the trouble you went through to save me, it would be absolutely disrespectful to treat my own life as expendable, Amber said. And speaking of treating her life as expendable, Professor Peach, did you tell Miss Goodwitch about Jack? Asked. Yes. She knows, Peach said. So, what does she plan to do about her? Evelyn asked. She cannot move against Cinder immediately. First, because the ensuing battle would put lives in danger, Peach said. She looks like the kind who would even take hostages without batting an eye, yes, Jack said. And second, Cinder and her teammates are here as transfer students from Mistral. They have Headmaster Leonhardt's direct sponsorship. As far as she can tell, their documents are authentic, so. There's a mole in Haven Academy, Peach said. Deku said. Ijuku? Amber asked. I had a feeling that was a possibility. Cinder would more likely threaten her way into Haven than actually try. Question is, who's the mole? Deku asked. Could it be the headmaster himself? David asked. It's a possibility. There could also be more than one. Which is why she needs to investigate this properly, Peach said. An agent of the enemy. So close to Sanctuary, Amber said. As Ozpin said, these are unprecedented times. Just, not in the way he thinks, Peach said. For now, we should avoid popping the lid on the Cinder situation. Let's let Professor Goodwitch handle it, Jack said. I agree. We should focus on Pete, Penny said. Team RWBY has agreed to help us. And Janera is working on the special designed monster we need, Deku said. So all we can do now is prepare, David said. Deku was currently in Vale doing the grocery shopping for his team, though he wasn't alone. Why am I doing this again? Winter asked. Winter was with Deku and she was carrying all of the shopping bags. Need I remind you of that little stunt you pulled with Weiss? Deku said. I know that. I'm asking why I'm the one helping you with the shopping and not Weiss. It was all her idea, and you didn't seem to mind then, Winter said. First of all, the others trust Weiss more than you, especially since they didn't know we had made peace. Be glad that Weiss took most of the punishment and offered to make lunch as an apology, and that they only made you do this, Deku said. But why didn't you step in? You clearly enjoyed it, Winter said. I thought it was a wet dream. I've been meeting with a writer and they wrote something similar to what happened after I told them about you. Minus your past, of course. And I've been having a lot of those kinds of dreams anyways, Deku said. I see. Again, I deeply apologize for what happened, Winter said. Water under a bridge, it's fine. I know you didn't have any ill intentions, Deku said. Moving on, what's left of your shopping? Winter asked. We're done actually, Just got the last thing, Deku said. Good, now we can focus on the ingredients Weiss has asked for. Some of the ingredients Weiss has asked for aren't easily found nor cheaply bought, Winter said. I see. Perhaps it never occurred to her that they aren't that common, Deku said. Yup. Let's just say that calling her upbringing sheltered is reductive. Luckily for my wallet, I know cheap alternatives she can use, Winter said. So what the first item, Deku asked. Atalcian sherry, Winter said. That's a wine, right, Deku asked. Yeah, I don't know why though, you should not use drinking wine for cooking anyway. They make actual cooking wine and sell it in smaller bottles for a reason, Winter said. I see. I guess Weiss has never cooked this kind of dish before, Deku asked. I don't know if she's ever done any cooking, period. But no worries. Knowing her character, as long as she has a recipe in front of her, she'll make a perfect dish. If a bit unpersonal, Winter said. Oh, I'm sure it'll be delicious, anyway. Also, I'm kinda honored that she decided to try her hand at cooking just for me, Deku said. Well, I think she jumped at the occasion, honestly. She always showed an interest in cooking but never got the occasion, Winter said. Finally not letting the cooks making her food. The cooks actually would have taught her how to cook, if it was up to them. The problem was, Winter said. That soft-brained father of yours, that's what it was, a voice said. The two recognized the voice. The two then looked to see a woman with white hair had walked up to them. Weiss, we do not cook for ourselves. Cooking is for the help, other woman said. Mom, Winter exclaimed. Good day, Winter. Happy to see you again. You're looking good, and I must say, I'm happy you're wearing something other than your uniform for a change. Although, I'm not a fan of the urban clown style, I'm sorry to say, Willow said. I, had never really gone for clothes shopping on my own, before, Winter said. I'd say. Well, Mom is here now, so that's an easy fix, Willow said. And hello there, Mr. Boyfriend. My, oh my, you look even more strapping than you sounded over the scroll, Willow said. Hello, Miss Willow, Deku said. While I appreciate the effort in not making me sound married. We both know that's not how you're supposed to address me, Mr. Boyfriend, Willow said. But in public, Deku said. Your plight is understandable, but you should have thought of those terms before agreeing wholesale, Mr. Boyfriend. Now come on, be a good boy, Willow said. Hello. Mother, Deku said. How the hell did she already train you this far when you hadn't even met her, Winter asked. Still as pleasurable a word to hear off the lips of a young man as always. But we've salad enough around here. Let's finish your errand and then we can do a little of the catching up, as they say, Willow said. Who says, Deku asked. Beats me. But I find it an absolutely silly turn of phrase, Willow said. The three then went to a cafe close by. Ah. Lovely. So refreshing, absolutely fulfilling, Willow said. Mom, it's just vacation, Cedric, Winter said. Chilled and drank in non-artificially produced warmth. Don't let Atalcian high society hear you, but all the money in the world can't replace real weather. I mean, they know it, there's a reason why they all vacation in Menagerie, but Willow said. That's not what I mean, you're not, Winter said. Drinking my body weight in alcohol, Willow asked. That's not, Winter blushed. Oh, come off it, now. Why do you think I'm wearing sunglasses, here, Willow asked. So you're not wearing them because they make you look good, Deku asked. They do look good on me. Thanks for noticing, sweetheart, Willow said. You're welcome, Deku said. Anyway, no. Other than being fabulously stylish, these are moisture chamber glasses. They help with photophobia, Willow said. Photophobia, Winter asked. I believe photophobia means hypersensitivity to light, Deku said. Indeed. It's also a possible symptom of alcoholism, Willow said. Is it? Is it permanent? Winter asked. The doctor is not optimistic, but let's just say it was a wake-up call. Hence why I'll have to refrain from sampling too much of Weiss's food, Willow said. Wait. You mean? Winter asked. You want to attend? Deku asked. Of course. I wouldn't miss the opportunity to eat my daughter's very first home-cooked meal for anything in the world, Willow said. I think it's a bit too soon to, Winter said. Oh, nonsense. There's not time like the present, Willow said. Speaking of which, why are you here so early? I thought we wouldn't see you before the Vittle Festival, Deku said. Wait, the Vittle Festival? What about the Vittle Festival? Winter asked. Oh, there'll be time to talk about that. Anyway, I decided to take the opportunity and get an early extended vacation in, so to speak. The good doctor advises reduction of stress alongside my medicaments. And let's just say that huge mansion has become way too crowded, when accounting for the ego of your father and check of my spawn. Also, he suggested I pick up aura training again, and what better place to be inspired than in the shadow of Beacon Academy, Willow said. Winter sighed. Just so you know. Flawed doesn't even begin to describe what Weiss's reaction will be like. And I guess I can convince her to replace the sherry with vinegar, Winter said. Predicted and accounted for, my dear. I trust I will also make the acquaintance of Weiss's teammates, Willow asked. Yeah. Which, I guess, it's as much fallout protection we can ask for. Knowing Weiss, she won't allow herself to go too ballistic with her reaction with Ruby around, Deku said. Her team leader, correct. I still can't believe the ever so prideful Weiss allowed someone else to be in charge. This Ruby must be quite disciplined and skilled, Willow said. Skilled, yes. Discipled, however, Deku said. Deku then told Willow about Ruby, Blake and Young. Deku and David were working in juniors. Their shift was almost over for the night. David had just finished with a customer whilst Deku was still interacting with his customer. David decided to go and change and then wait for Deku before heading back. As he was making his way to the staff room, he couldn't help but think about his wig. It was making him itchy. He then thought about taking better care of it for the long run, which led to him thinking about what he wanted to do. He did just drop into being a hunter and a host, but he didn't really have a choice of attending Beacon. You do know that's the best way to damage the merchandise, Melanie said. Melanie? Excuse me, David asked. If you frown that much you're going to get age lines quicker. That's a surefire way to damage the merchandise, aka, your face, Melin said. I see, David said. What's on your mind? You didn't lose the last bullhead, did you, Melin asked. Oh, no, not at all. I mean, I always say the last, but there's a night service. It's just not as frequent, David said. Is there now, Melanie said. Well, yes. Why do you ask, David asked. Well, I was thinking, Melanie said. Meanwhile. He didn't already leave, did he? He always makes sure to say bye before he does. I guess he must be getting changed. Waiting for him at the entrance would look a bit weird, wouldn't it? Still, if I suddenly become occupied with something else I won't be able to talk to him, Milshia thought. We never really interact with each other outside of work, don't we, Melanie asked. Well. No, I guess not, David said. I think it's time to fix that, no, Melanie asked. Huh. Well, I don't, David said. Don't you dare, Milshia thought. Milshia then got closer, hiding behind a pillar. Aren't you a bit too close, David asked. A bit. Don't worry, it's completely on purpose, Melanie said. That is not the point, you little, Milshia thought. Not really the point, David said. Yeah. You tell her, Milshia thought. Now, don't fret the details, David. Focus on what's really important, here Melanie said. And that'd be you, David asked. You catch on quick. I think it's time for you to get to know your senpai, Melanie said. Not again. This is unfair. Why, Milshia thought. I don't deny I would like to. The prospect is certainly interesting, David said. Watch it, David. That sentence sounds like it's leading to a refusal, Melin said. Not a refusal. It's just, David said. I have to talk to my partners and I'm still a student. I can't stay out late on a whim. So can I just reschedule? To a Friday, maybe. That way I don't have to worry about classes at all, David said. Why is it always her, Milshia thought. I can't say I'm happy. But I'm not displeased, either. Rescheduling is acceptable, but don't think you'll be able to flake on this. I know where you work, Melin said. I guess you do, don't you, David said. No, Milshia thought. Milshia began to back away. She turned around to run, but she hit something. Well. Are you okay there, Milshia, Deku asked. Yeah. I'm fine. Sorry, Milshia said, blushing. Are you sure? You seem distracted, Deku asked. It's nothing you should worry about. I was just thinking, Milshia said. Thinking about what, Deku asked. You know what? Fine. That bitch can have David, Milshia thought. Would you be interested in hanging out after work? On a Friday perhaps, so you don't have to worry about classes the next day, Milshia said. Okay, sure. That sounds nice. But I do have one question. Where did this come from, Deku asked. I was just thinking. We don't interact with each other after work, it would be nice to get you more out of the workplace, Milshia said. Fair enough. I'm fine with it. I'll ask David on our way back to Beacon, and you can ask Melin if she's down, Deku said. No need. We've already talked about it and she went to ask David. I see. It's a double date then, Deku said. Yeah, Milshia said, blushing. As always I'm getting seconds, but hey, Izuku isn't a bad backup, maybe even better, Milshia thought. We'll let you know beforehand when we're ready to go out, Deku said. That sounds good. Gives us time to prepare. Anyway, you should get going, Milshia said. You're right. Night, Milshia, Deku said. Night, Izuku, Milshia said. Deku then went to change and then headed back to Beacon with David. Thursday. Day 165. Deku was on his early morning run. Just as he was passing through the gardens, a raven flew in front of him. Hi, Izuku, Raven said. Deku ended up running into Raven. Deku quickly backed away. Raven laughed. Your reaction? Didn't see me coming at all, did you? Raven asked. You. Do I have to worry about birds, now? Deku asked. Only ravens. You'd still never be able to see me coming unless I wanted you to, though, so just think of living your life. Yeah. What do you even want? Deku asked. Forgotten already? I'm interested in you, Izuku, and I'd like to test you more, Raven said. What does that even mean? Test me how, and for what? Deku asked. The second answer will only be revealed at the end. For how? Let's see, I already know from our first encounter that you're not a pansy and you actually got a brain on your shoulders. Next. Yes, we should make it a test of vigor, Raven said. Vigor, huh? Haven't I already proven that? So what's next? Deku asked. I mean in a less combat-oriented way. I'm surprised you have no opposition to doing what I want, Raven said. I would have some opposition to it if not for one thing. Young Deku said. Raven said. She's confused, with even less answers and more questions than before. And zero parental figures she can trust. so I can't miss a chance to get more info about anything surrounding that, Deku said. Doing it for the girl, Raven said. Yes, for my friend, my girlfriend. Your daughter, Deku said. No need to remind me, Izuku. I know who she is, Raven said. Do you really, Deku asked. Oh, speaking of story time. There's a good idea for a test of vigor. A pub crawl, Raven said. A pub crawl, Deku asked. You heard me. We're going on a drinking binge so I can see how much endurance you've got and we can share stories, Raven said. You're actually serious? You want to treat this as some kind of night out with a buddy, Deku said. Haven't in a long time. Make it worth it, Raven said. You know what? Fine. But on one condition, Deku said. That's the spirit. And what would that be, Raven asked. Whatever you want to tell me, whichever story you pick. If you don't want to talk about certain stuff, fine. But I want you to always tell the truth. Give me your word, Deku said. You actually consider my word worth a damn, Raven asked. Yes. Don't ask me why, but I do, Deku said. I swear on my honor, Raven said. Raven then transformed and flew away. Deku then went to tell Young. My mother want to go on a drinking binge with you, Young asked. When you say it out loud like that, Deku said. Are you going to say it sounds like the start of a bad porno? Because it sounds like the start of a bad porno, Young said. Point. Anyway. Yeah, Deku said. And what stops me from crashing the party, Young asked. First, there's not going to be much of a party going on. Second, I think she's just going to flee if you come riding down to town, and then we won't get any information out of her, Deku said. Why is it that you can get answers out of her, and I can't, Young asked. Good question. I should ask her, Deku said. Not funny, Young said. Whether we make it funny or you're going to obsess on it the entire time, Deku said. You mean more than I'm already doing? I welcome the challenge, Young said. What a mess. My family is a mess, Young said. Oh, come on, Ruby is kind of awesome, Deku said. Yeah, but this is messing with her head, too. I mean, she never was really exposed to the worst of Dad's situation because... Well, because of me, Young said. I can only imagine how she must have felt when T-Bomb dropped, Deku said. Finding out that Dad omitted or right out lied about something so important puts into shade. Well, everything. And yet, Young said. And yet, Deku said. Ruby wasn't old enough to remember it, but I was. Even when Summer was around, Dad never really got over what happened with Raven. His sorrow was genuine, Young said. But if she didn't leave, Deku said. You'd better pump her for all the information you can get, Young said. Count on it, Deku said. Professor Peach's dust class had just ended, and students were leaving for lunch, except for one. Professor Peach had asked Deku to stay behind so they could continue their dust experiments. Okay. So after many sleepless nights of researching, I have found nothing concrete on how dust is formed, just many theories, Peach said. I see. And what are these theories? Perhaps my eyes can see a connection where you don't, Deku said. Perhaps. One theory suggests that dust came from meteors that crashed on Remnant back when there was no life at all, and those crystals started life on Remnant, Peach said. Maybe, I mean many meteors crashed down to Remnant containing ice crashed down to create the oceans of the world, so it could be possible that it's the same with dust. But since dust doesn't work outside the atmosphere, I think dust has always been on Remnant, Deku said. I think so too. Another theory suggests that dust crystals are formed from the crystallization of a person's soul and aura when they die. It suggests that over thousands of years one's soul would become a dust crystal, which has some dark implications, Peach said. Yeah, but is there any merit to them, Deku asked. It's hard to say. On one hand, there's no signs of burials near dust mines. But on the other hand, the theory says it would take centuries for the crystals to form, so there could have been burials near these mines long ago, Peach said. I'm skeptical to believe this theory. Though it may be true, we would never see any results from a study, Deku said. Indeed, even more so considering this is a relatively new theory, Peach said. Are there any more, Deku asked. Well, I myself have come up with a recent theory, with the help of Janara, Peach said. Let's hear it, Deku said. Okay, my theory is that dust crystals are the crystallization of living aura, not dead aura. From what Janara told me, magic users use aura in the ether for their magic, and after your theory of magic and semblances being the same, I thought, why can't it be the same with dust? I believe that dust is formed when high amounts of aura is concentrated in a location, Peach said. That actually makes a lot of sense. It would explain why dust stops working up in the upper atmosphere. The aura in the ether gets too thin, like oxygen, for proper combustions. But we need to verify. Get the vacuum chamber, Deku said. On it, Peach said. Professor Peach then brought out the vacuum chamber. Amber. Can you hear me? If you can, could you come to Professor Peach's classroom, Deku said. Amber then appeared before Deku and Peach. Ijuku. What do you want? Amber asked. Sorry for disturbing you, we just need you for a little experiment, Deku said. What kind of experiment? Amber asked. For some context, we've been trying to discover what dust really is and how it works. Our prevailing theory is that dust uses aura from the ether for its effects, like how fire needs oxygen to burn. We just need you to perform some tests to confirm or deny my theory, Peach said. You know, I shouldn't really be surprised anymore, by you destroying what I thought I knew. Alright, what do you need me to do? Amber said. First, we're just going to have you try and use magic in this vacuum chamber, just as a control, Deku said. Okay, but I'll tell you that nothing will happen. With no ether, I can't use magic, Amber said. Well then, we can skip to the next test then. Amber, can you control the ether? Peach asked. No, I can only use it as a supply for my magic, I can't control it, Amber said. Then how do we get only aura into the chamber? Deku asked. Quite the conundrum. If Amber can't control the ether, we can't fill the chamber with aura, Peach said. Well, any living thing gives off aura. Perhaps we could put a plant in the vacuum chamber. The plant should live long enough for some ether to be released. It might not be much, but we should see at least some activation in the dust crystal, Amber said. It's worth a shot, Peach said. A plant and a dust crystal were then put into the vacuum chamber. Ijuku, would you please to the honors? Peach said. Okay, Deku said. Deku then went to use the dust crystal. Wait. We should turn off the light so we can see the glow better, Amber said. Oh yeah. Hold on, Peach said. Professor Peach then turned off the light. Alright, here we go, Deku said. Deku then activated the dust crystal. A small faint glow came from the crystal before quickly dissipating. The three were stunned silent. Professor Peach then turned the lights back on. Oh, Deku said. My Peach said. Gods, Amber said. We did it. We discovered how dust works, Peach said. That we did, Deku said. Professor Peach then leapt at Deku, kissing him and pushing him to her desk, before turning so now she was on the desk. Violet, Deku said. Sorry, Ijuku, but this new discovery has made me very excited, Peach said. I understand that, but I think we should plan our next steps before celebrating, Deku said. I guess you're right. So where do we go from here? Peach asked. Well, the next step logically would be to have the dust crystal last longer in the chamber, Deku said. But how are we going to do that? We can't control ether. We have no way of getting pure aura from the ether, Peach said. Maybe not yet, Amber said. What do you mean? Deku asked. Well, if aura in the ether is all we need to make dust work, I'm sure Enrico could invent a device that can do just that. I mean, he built a gynoid and gave it aura. I'm sure he's up to the task, Amber said. Great idea, Amber. I'm sure he would be fully on board with the idea, especially since it would give him something new to research, Peach said. Then I guess we better go ask, Deku said. Not right now, Izuku. I'm still wet from our discovery, Peach said, causing Deku to blush. I'll leave you two alone, Amber said, before disappearing. Deku and Violet then celebrated their new discovery. Everything was calm in Team JPDDE's room, until Evelyn burst into the room. I got 2 tickets for a spa in Vale. Who wants to go on a date? Evelyn asked. I've always wanted to go to a spa, but I think it would be better used on someone else. Perhaps you and David could go, Penny said. I would love to, but I personally think they should go to who really needs it. Deku does a lot of training and is one of our heavy hitters. The tickets should go to him and he can decide, David said. What can I decide? Deku asked, as he and Jack came out from the kitchen. And what's with the commotion? Jack asked. I got 2 tickets for a spa date in Vale. It's been decided that our heavy hitter will get them and decides who goes with, Evelyn said. Well, thank you, Evelyn. This is the nicest thing you've done for me, Jack said, grabbing the tickets. Wait, Evelyn said. Izuku, you wanna come with me? Jack said. I would love to, Deku said. Great. We'll see you guys later, Jack said. Jack and Deku then left. Okay, what is going on between them? Evelyn asked. They've gotten really close and aren't affected by our teasing anymore. What happened? Penny asked. You don't think they're actually dating now? Evelyn asked. David laughed. No, they're not. They just had a bath together, David said. What? Evelyn and Penny yelled. A few weeks ago. Hey, Izuku, Jack said. Yeah, Jack, Deku asked. You know how Evelyn and Penny have been shipping us, Jack said. Hard to ignore. All because of a spur-of-the-moment kiss to pass one for all to you. Sorry again about that, Deku said. I understand. I didn't really think about it until after and they started teasing us, Jack said. So, I assume you have some sort of plan for revenge? Deku asked. A plan, yes, but for revenge, no. The reason they do it is because of our reactions. So if we don't react the way they want, they'll give up and stop, Jack said. Excellent idea. I was thinking about that too, but didn't know if you'd be willing considering what we would have to do, Deku said. What? What do you mean? I was just thinking about complimenting each other and stuff like that, Jack said. But what happens when they realize their teasing stopped working and then decide to put us in situations? Like telling one of us the bathroom is free when it's not, Deku said. I did not think about that. You're absolutely right. But that won't put me off. I don't want to be teased by those two anymore. What do you have in mind? Jack asked. One idea I have is that we have a bath together. If we do that, we'll see each other naked, and if we can do that, they'll have no ammunition to use. But I think we should work up to that, Deku said. But if we do that, they could find out about it. And I really want to see their faces when they realize. How about we just try and go as far as we are willing to go? We've been through worse together, a bath should be no problem, Jack said. Yeah. It should be, Deku said. Deku and Jack then entered the bathroom. A while later David entered the room to see both Jack and Deku on her bed, only wearing towels, and Deku was drying and brushing Jack's hair. Oh, hey David, Deku said. Hi, Jack said. David stood there in surprise for a moment. This is to get back at the girls, isn't it? David asked. Yep, Deku and Jack said. Back to the present. And so that's what happened, David said. Moo. There goes our fun, Evelyn said. So you were just teasing them, David said. Not entirely. They've both shown signs of attraction towards each other, and we thought we should help them, Penny said. Guess you were wrong then, David said. Or maybe not. They may be immune to our teasing now, but that doesn't mean something can't happen between them. We'll just have to wait and see, Evelyn said. Meanwhile at the spa in Vale, Deku moaned loudly as his back was being massaged. Jack laughed. Well, I didn't think you'd moan like Jack said. Jack then moaned loudly. What was that, Deku asked. Shut up, Jack said. Make me, Deku said. Deku then moaned again. A short while later the masseurs left and now Deku and Jack were now relaxing in a big bath. Jack had nodded off to sleep, while Deku stayed awake. Amber then appeared next to him in the bath. Amber. What are you doing here, Deku asked. Well, I can feel yours and David's senses, remember, Amber said. Oh, you felt the massage and wanted to experience it. That's fine, Amber. If you want to experience something, just ask, Deku said. Thanks, Amber said. Now, I have something to ask you, Deku said. What is it, Amber said. When you give me a wet dream, could you not create one with Jack? It made it very hard for me to look at Jack the way I used to for a long while. I would like to not experience that again, Deku said. Okay. But Izuku, I never gave you a wet dream involving Jack, Amber said. You didn't, Deku asked. No, Amber said. Deku's face then went completely red. He was so embarrassed that he didn't see Jack's face had also gone red. She had not fallen asleep and had heard everything. I'm in love with Jack, Deku thought. I've fallen in love with Izuku, Jack thought. Fuck, they both thought. The two didn't look at each other for the rest of their time at the spa. Deku was preparing to head over to Kali's apartment. But not everything. Only what I decide is proper. Kali is my friend and the subject of her private life which she may share are not subject of gossip, Deku said. Oh fine. You're right, brothers, damn it. What is wrong with me, Jack asked. Jealously induced mental breakdown and you're still a teenager. Bouts of immaturity are to be expected and not to be taken seriously in the long run, Penny said. Yeah, imagine we lived in a world where people tried to hold against you stupid things you say as a teen. Anyway. Glad you managed to say what you wanted to. Now, have fun, Evelyn said. But not too much fun, David teased. Ha ha. I'll be back for bed, Deku said. Deku then left. Jack sighed. Maybe I should take a page out of his book. Try and relax a little, Jack said. You do realize that on the other hand, he also goes through extreme instances of overthinking, Evelyn asked. Like in this case. All he needed to do was to be honest and Miss Belladonna, Penny said, stopping mid-sentence. Huh. It just occurred to me, Penny said. What is it, Penny, David asked. Miss Belladonna's wording was quite specific. She promised to not try and pursue Izuku anymore, Penny said. Well. Yeah, but, what about it, Jack asked. I dunno. Juts, it technically leaves herself open to being pursued by Izuku herself, no, Penny asked. Well, yeah, but I don't really see that happening, you know. The whole reason why he wanted to not continue doing her is because he thought it'd make things weird down the line, Evelyn said. That is true. Although, by now he's not exactly a stranger to dealing with weirdness, Jack said. True. And we haven't exactly mounted that much opposition to it, Evelyn said. On the contrary. Considering the results, Penny said. Do you really think he would just spin on a dime? After making such a big deal about it, David asked. I'd like to remind you that I'm not the only teen of the team, Jack said. Let's hope he doesn't get an existential crisis or something similar, this time Evelyn said. Deku had now arrived at Kali's apartment. Good evening, Izuku, Kali said. Hey Kali. Thanks for having me again, Deku said. My pleasure. Please, come on in. I'm fixing some tea, this time. It's the perfect time for drinking, but the weather seems more suitable for something warm, Kali said. Oh, indeed. It's already getting chilly, Deku said. I'd say. Still haven't gotten used to how variable the weather in Vale can be. What kind of tea would you like, Kali asked. Oh, I can choose, Deku asked. Indeed. I have a selection of infusions, just choose the one you like the most, Kali said. Deku said. Looking at his options. There were 3 different colored teas in front of him. One had a lime green color, another had a brownish orange color, and the last had a purple color. Let's go with this one, Deku said, picking up the lime green tea. Green tea it is, then. The safe choice, Kali said. What's your favorite, Kali, Deku asked. Oh, I switch. But I happen to go for extremes, either really strong or really weak, Kali said. Deku and Kali had moved to the balcony. Didn't know there were different times of infusion for different teas, Deku said. I'd suggest to never say that out loud in the presence of a Mistralian, especially someone from my generation. Or that of my parents, Kali said. Oh, so that's where you're from? Mistral, Deku asked. The southern regions, yes. My husband is from Vakyo, instead, Kali said. I see. And how did you two meet, Deku asked. It happened in Vale, actually. We were both involved in each of our White Fang regional chapters and... well, although it still wasn't called the White Fang back then. It was the first meeting of all the local faunus rights organizations of Remnant. We decided it was time to work more closely together and have a centralized structure, Kali said. I see. And you were both leaders at the time, Deku said. Gira was. I was the girlfriend of the leader of the Southern Mistral chapter, Kali said. Oh. I see. So it wasn't exactly love at first sight, was it, Deku asked. Not exactly, no. But it was a preview of how our relationship would work, I guess, Kali said. I feel compelled to ask why, Deku said, blushing. Well. Me and my then partner were going through a rough patch. And so, to try and fix it. Can you guess what we did, Kali asked. I don't want to assume that your relationship with your husband began out of something like that, but... did you try and spice things up to get through that patch, Deku asked. Right on that one, good job, Izuku, Kali said. I knew it, Deku said. We were young and dumb, Izuku. We had other, deeper problems, but we thought what we needed was more excitement. So, in our misguided attempt to spice things up, we invited Gira and his partner at the time for a night out on the town. The crazy thing is that, while Gira's and mine respective partners who made it happen, they were also the ones who regretted it, Kali said. While you and Gira, Deku asked. We came away from it with a new appreciation. We understood that there's different kinds of intimacy than just the romantic one. And seeing your partner with someone else. Or thinking about it as it happens, with only scant details being provided beforehand. And then all of you can be privy to its aftermath, Kali said. I get it. Before we opened up our relationship, we asked another couple for advice. And then after an incident we spent the night with them, Deku said. Then you have a rock-hard relationship and a lot of trust in each other. This sort of thing is not for everyone and shouldn't be attempted on a whim. And most importantly, you have to be in the mood. Finding and vetting partners is a lot of work. Gira hasn't been in the mood for swinging since, Kali said. Kali's face then fell. Well, he hasn't been in mood for much, actually, Kali said. Did something happen, Deku said. You could say that. And I think you can probably guess what Callie said. Is it Blake leaving the Fang without contacting you that did it? Deku asked. Yes. Her staying behind when we left. That we could come to terms with. We could understand her choice, and even if she took risks, we knew where she was and what she was doing. We knew she was alive. She already was a skilled fighter and she's always been smart. So we trusted her to at least know when to pull out. But we could not understand why she didn't try to contact us afterwards. The real gut punch was when she left the Fang and disappeared. Without even trying to contact us, Callie said. She was probably ashamed. She didn't feel like she deserved your help. Because you warned her, and she didn't listen, Deku said. Most likely. But Gira took it as a personal failure. As if by not making sure that his daughter knew he could come to him no matter her mistakes, he had failed at being a parent, Callie said. But you didn't believe that, Deku said. No. Her time under our wing may have been cut short by circumstance, but Gira has always tried his best. He's a kind, affectionate father, if a bit of a disciplinary. He always made his best to let Blake know she could talk to him about anything. That was the entire reason why she felt confident enough to make that request to stay behind. Because she knew we would take her seriously. And she can't have forgotten that. No, the only explanation I can think of is that she believes herself to be no longer worth forgiving. No longer worth loving. And it breaks my heart, Callie said. Why did you come to Vale, Callie? Deku said. I don't know. Just. When I heard she was here, I couldn't. I needed to create the opportunity for us to meet and talk. But what if she runs from me? I don't think my heart could take it, Callie said. Give it a little more time. We're almost there, Deku said. I'm sorry, Callie asked. I understand what you mean. Yes, Blake still definitely has some hang-ups about people hating her, and her past actions. But she's changing. Her friends are helping her change, are helping her see herself as something more. And I think she will soon be ready to come to terms with her past. When the time comes, I will tell you. You just need to wait a little more, Deku said. Blake is so lucky to have you. Whether as a friend or anything else, Callie said. And she's lucky to have great parents, Deku said. We try. Although, I'm pretty sure our lifestyle is half the reason why she dipped when she could, Callie said. Your lifestyle meaning, Deku asked. Well, Callie said. The two then heard thunder and then it began to rain. Not again, Deku yelled. Ah. I hate this, I hate this, I hate this, Callie yelled. The two quickly ran inside. Stupid, unpredictable continental weather. The entire back of my dress is soaked, Callie said. Ah, a sudden squall. Just perfect. At least my outfit is waterproof, Deku said. Lucky you. I got to change out of this, Callie said. You should also take a shower. Your hair got a lot of it, too, Deku said. Most probably. Sorry, I'll be right out, Callie said. Take your time. Not like I can go anywhere with this rain. I will just use my aura to dry off the excess, Deku said. Oh. Didn't expect your aura control to be so fine already. I will take my time, then. But I'm drying in my bedroom, alright, Callie said. Sounds fair. Now go, Deku said. After drying off, Deku sat down and waited for Callie. Whilst waiting, he began pondering over what she was going to say before they were interrupted by the rain. Deku, I'm done, Callie said. Oh, good. I'll hop in real quick, then, Deku said. Please do. You already know where everything is, Callie said. As Deku turned to face the bathroom, his face went red. What's wrong, Callie asked. Callie had came out of the bathroom in a bathrobe and with a towel still drying her hair. However, her bathrobe had fallen down from her right shoulder, which showed a significant about of her chest. Deku began to overheat, and blood started coming from his nose. "Oh, come on, it can't possibly be me." "You've already seen me naked, haven't you?" Callie asked. Deku remained stunned silent. "Don't tell me you actually find this sexier." "Well, I guess I do look a bit different with wet hair," Callie said. Deku remained silent. A thunder struck, then accrued, and Deku broke. "Ah. Izuku, what? You're awfully close," Callie said. Deku then picked Callie up. "Izuku!" Callie exclaimed. Deku then started to take Callie to the bedroom. "Appreciated, but I'm sure I could have reached the bedroom by my," Callie said. Deku then threw Callie onto the bed. "Wah! Izuku! Izuku, I feel like I need to remind you of the conversation we had," Callie said. Callie was interrupted by Deku kissing her. Callie was stunned, but quickly started to enjoy it, melding into the kiss. Deku and Callie then spent the night together. Friday. Day 166. As Team JPDE were getting ready, they wondered when Deku was going to return, but he never did. Now, it was almost time for the first class of the day at Beacon. "Okay. Where is he? I want details on what they talked about," Jack said. Penny, David and Evelyn all stared at Jack. "And, I'm worried about him too," of course Jack said. "Better. But seriously, where is he?" Evelyn asked. "Well, there was a storm last night that stopped the bullheads," David said. "But the storm passed hours ago, and several bullhead for Vale have already landed. He should have been here by now. Also, he can get here easily by his own means. What's keeping him?" Penny asked. You don't think?" "No. That bastard better not have," Jack said. "Calm down, Jackie. Aiju said himself he doesn't want to continue that kind of relationship with her, and Callie agreed not to pursue him anymore," Evelyn said. "That was then, this is now." As Penny said, her use of words allowed her to be pursued by Izuku, Jack said. "Well, why don't we just call him, and ask why he isn't back? He should be at least awake by now," David said. "I'm on it," Penny said. Penny then called Deku. It took a moment for the call to connect. "Izuku. Where are you? We're worried about you," Penny said. Who is this?" Callie asked, groggily. Are you Mrs. Belladonna?" Penny asked. "Wait. Callie Belladonna answered. "Put her on speaker," Jack said. "Down bad much?" Evelyn whispered. "Definitely," David whispered. Penny put Callie on speaker. "Yes, I am. Now who am I speaking to?" Callie asked. "I'm Penny Polendina, Izuku's teammate and girlfriend," Penny said. "Ah, so you're the adorable one," Callie said. Penny blushed. David then took over. "Hello Mrs. Belladonna, I'm David. Sorry to cut this short, but we were wondering where Izuku was." "Did he leave his scroll at your place?" David asked. "Nope, he did not leave his scroll behind," Callie said. Callie then switched the call to FaceTime, showing that Deku was sleeping peacefully with his face in her chest. "He's still here," Callie said. "That bastard. What happened to all that about not wanting to continue this kind of relationship?" Jack yelled. "Well, it appears Izuku's brain and body were on different wavelengths. Anyways, it's good that you called. I have a proposal," Callie said. "A proposal?" Evelyn asked. "You all allow me to keep him for the day and I'll fulfill one request from each of you," Callie said. "Deal," Jack said. "Hey. Who do you think you are, whoring my boyfriend around?" Evelyn said. "So you don't want Callie to owe you something?" Jack asked. Evelyn was about to respond but stopped. "A porno between you and Aiju," Evelyn said. "I can do that. What about the rest of you?" Callie asked. The others remained silent. "Saving it for a later day, fair enough. Evelyn, you'll have it by the end of the day. Now if you'll excuse me, I have a wake-up call to perform," Callie said. Callie then hung up. So Jack, what are you going to ask for? Evelyn asked. Shut up, Jack said. Up in the lab ship, Seal was contemplating something. Back when the new Atlassian AK units had arrived. They can really do that. Seal said. What is it? Helm asked. There are some people. Friends if you will, I need to check on and inform them of these new units. They are the same people I broke the rules for, Seal said. I see, and who are these people? Helm asked. Well, there's Penny Polendina, Seal said. So you've made friends with Enrico Polendina's daughter? I wasn't expecting that. Then again, I didn't think you'd do anything outside the rules. Please, continue. There's her partner Evelyn Demarot, She's certainly a character, Seal said. Helm laughed. She must have thrown you for a loop, Helm said. You could say that, yes. Then there's their team leader, Jacqueline B. Ivory. She's the most normal person on the team, Seal said. Then what's the last member of the team like? Helm asked. Well, about that. The whole team is a team of 5 and the last 2 are the weirdest, Seal said. Oh. Do tell me more, Helm said. Well, there's David, he has an interesting existence. He wasn't born in the typical way, and that's all I'll say, Seal said. I see. Guess I'll have to ask for permission to hear his origins, Helm said. You'd also have to ask the last person as well. His name is Izuku Midoriya. His, Seal said. He's what? Helm asked. Father. I have a request, Seal said. What kind of request? Helm asked. I would like to have a body upgrade, Seal asked, blushing. A body upgrade? Helm asked. Yes, Seal said. Helm remained silent for a moment. Oh my gods. I can't believe it. My daughter's fallen in love, Helm yelled. What? No, I haven't, Seal yelled, then sneezing. Don't lie to me, young lady. Professor Polendina has told me about your lying sneezes. You can't hide it from me, Helm said. But how did you know that's what I was asking for? Seal asked. Because you asked for a body upgrade. Also, Professor Polendina also told me that his daughter has noticed signs in your behavior that she brought to his attention. I'll send over the schematics for the upgrade, Helm said. Wait. You already have schematics for it? Seal asked. Of course I do. Enrico told me about the progress his daughter had made and suggested I do the same. You may be a robot, but you've been given life and developed a personality. Eventually you'd find someone you love and want to be intimate with, just like Penny. So stop being such a tsundere and tell Izuku how you feel. I'll send the schematic to Enrico right away, Helm said. Wait. Could you actually send them to me? I'm not ready for such a thing yet. I was expecting to have some time while you created the schematics, Seal said. Very well. But I expect you to tell him sooner rather than later. You won't be at Beacon for much longer and who knows when you'll see him again, Seal said. Right, Seal said. Now if that's all, I'll leave you to inform you friends. Hope to hear from you soon, my tsundere daughter, Helm said. What does tsundere mean? Seal asked. Look it up, Helm said, then hanging up. Tsundere, Seal said, looking up the word. I am not, Seal yelled. Back to the present. Seal then entered the lab. Professor Polendina. I have a request, Seal said. Deku was getting ready for Weiss's lunch. It's not fair. I want to meet her too, Evelyn said. Why exactly? Deku asked. Someone who has you that whipped with a scroll call. I need to study at the feet of this master, Evelyn said. Yeah, how about no? The only reason she has me whipped, as you say, is because I wanted to fix Weiss's and Winter's relationship, Deku said. I must admit, meeting Winter's mother sounds like a wonderful experience. But the room will already be crowded, as is, Penny said. I just regret I'll miss the shenanigans. Have fun, Jack said. What, Jack said. Have fun, Deku, David said. I'll try. Thanks, Deku said. Deku then left. So, how sensitive is your hearing again, girls? Jack asked. Evelyn and Penny laughed. Deku was now waiting at the Bullhead Landing. Afternoon, Izuku, Winter said. Good afternoon, dearie, Willow said. Afternoon, Winter. And hello. Mother, Deku said. Or, see. You're learning, Willow said. And to think I once thought of you as a shameless philanderer. How naive I was, Winter said. Shall we go, then? Or do you want to have a little more fun at my expenses first? Deku asked. That sounds quite delightful, but I think I will make do with your arm, for now, Mr. Chaperone. The school has changed a lot since the last time I was here, Willow said. Oh, I'm sure. But what was that about just my arm for now? Deku asked. Don't you worry about that, dearie. Now, if you please, Willow said. Deku and Willow began to walk. So naive. But what does she plan to do with him? Winter questioned. In Team RWBY's room. Ah. Perfect. All that's left is to let it dry out at low temperature for 15 minutes, Weiss said. Weiss. Winter and Izuku have arrived. And Blake said. Finally. Let me go greet them, Weiss said. And your mother is here, too, Blake said. Izuku. Winter. Welcome. I hope you're prepared for an unforgettable luncheon. Weiss said. As leader of Team RWBY, I require. No, I beg of you, Ruby said. Weiss looked to see Ruby, Young, Deku and Winter, with her mother, Willow Schnee. Please show me Weiss's baby pictures, Ruby said. Oh, it'd be my pleasure, Willow said. Wait. You actually have those with you? Winter asked. I carry digitalized versions of baby pictures of all my children, Winter. It's an unwritten rule of motherhood, as you should soon learn, Willow said. Excuse me, Winter asked, blushing. Come now, don't tell me you're going to let Weiss and Mr. Boyfriend beat you to that milestone, Willow said. Okay, it's way too soon to talk about that kind of stuff. Me and Weiss, Deku said. What the hell are you doing here? Weiss yelled. Oh, my, you were right, Mr. Boyfriend. That was absolutely nothing. She does care what Miss Rose thinks of her, doesn't she? Willow said. What? No, I don't. I mean, I do, but not. Weiss yelled. Or, Weiss, Ruby said. For the record, I tried to warn you, Blake said. I'm sorry, Weiss, but we didn't want to ruin the occasion or upset you, and, well, I was kind of looking forward to trying your cooking, to be honest, Deku said. He's good, Willow whispered. I know, Winter whispered. Well, I guess it couldn't be helped. I bet her presence in Vale and improvised like a thunderbolt in a clear sky, Weiss said. From personal insults to being referred to as a destructive force of nature. That's progress, Willow said. Weiss sighed. Let's just get to the table. The food's almost ready, anyway, Weiss said. They all then sat down at the table and ate Weiss's food. After eating, Weiss and Willow were out on the balcony. That was delicious, Weiss. My compliments, Willow said. Thanks, I guess, Weiss said. You guess? My, Weiss, I know our relationship may have become glacial, but I've never known you for someone to refuse a good ego stroke, Willow said. Well, I guess a lot of things have changed. I'm still reeling, here. Honestly, I don't know what's more shocking. The fact you've stopped drinking or that you set foot outside your half of the mansion, Weiss said. Honestly, the latter. Sooner or later the first one was going to catch up with me, Willow said. And yet I had no confidence you would do the first one even if you developed cirrhosis. For years, now, you've been the emblem of passivity and weakness to me, mother. Then, I discover that you were Winter's emotional support through the worst period of her life. Now, you went and left Atlas, Weiss said. I'm just on vacation, Weiss Willow said. You may have fooled Winter, but not me, Weiss said. Oh, Willow said. Winter may have left the family, but she still chose to remain in Atlas. She took another path, but the change wasn't as drastic as it could have been. I remember when she left. The look in her eyes wasn't the one of someone deciding to just eradicate themselves from everything and nothing. That's the look you have in your eyes right now, Weiss said. And how, pray tell, are you so sure of that? Willow asked. Weiss sighed. I had the exact same look in my eyes, the day I left Atlas. Except, maybe. Just maybe. I was leaving something behind after all, Weiss said. You couldn't have known. You're not completely wrong about me, Weiss. All I can say is that, as you say, I'm trying to follow the example of my daughters and make some changes in my life. All I ask is that you acknowledge that, Willow said. Okay. I can do that, Weiss said. Okay, seriously, Miss Rose is a sweetheart, but how is she the team leader? Willow asked. Don't get me started. The curriculum here is great, but there's a randomness factor on certain decisions that really. First of all, did you know that teams are made up randomly during the entrance test? Weiss said. Excuse me. What kind of laissez-faire? Willow asked. That's what I said. Well, not out loud. Still, if this school worked less like a madhouse, I could have been in a team with Pyrrha. Dust lasted, Nikos, Weiss said. Pyrrha. Nikos attends this school. And they didn't build a team around her, Willow yelled. I know. This is ridiculous. I could have. And Izuku's team is even more random. They're a team of 5 and join halfway through the year, Weiss said. Huh. Why is that? Willow asked. I honestly kind of preferred when they were being bittersweet and stuff, Ruby said. Well, I guess now we know where Weiss got that from, Blake said. Alright, let's get you some consolation dessert, Squirt Young said. Okay, Ruby said. Ruby and Blake went back into the kitchen. You two joining us? Young asked. Nah, we figure it'd be better to stick around in case buttons are accidentally pushed again, Deku said. Hey. Still, you know. I'm pretty happy for the two of them. Some of us don't even get a chance to see these kinds of bridges, let alone burn or rebuild them. So, keep on trucking, Young said. We will. Thanks, Winter said. Young then went back into the kitchen. Thank you, Izuku, Winter said. Huh? What for? Deku asked. For all of this. Thank you for making it happen, Winter said. Oh, I did nothing, Deku said. Don't be absurd. Of course you did something. You did the important parts, you've been the catalyst. I, have had a big hand in jump-starting it, yes, but a less understanding and kind person wouldn't. They wouldn't have cared past that time I tied you to a chair. Instead, you went the extra mile, Winter said. Fair enough, Deku said. I don't know if I can make enough amends for what I've done, but I will try. And now I'm absolutely certain you really love Weiss. And you care about her just as much as I do. As we do, Winter said. Okay, full disclosure here, before you paint me as a saint. That's not exactly correct, Deku said. Excuse me, Winter asked. Yeah, I went the extra mile and was the better person despite my treatment. But I didn't do it just out of love and worry for Weiss. I may love her, but I'm not that whipped, Deku said. Then why? Winter asked. Well, this is the part that makes me sound insane, but I was worried about you, too, Deku said. Winter blushed. You what? Winter asked. Yeah, told you it'd make me sound insane, Deku said. But how? When? Why? Why would you ever? Winter said. Your reaction when I inquired about your damage, Deku said. That's it, Winter asked. Yeah, Deku said. I was literally torturing you, Winter yelled. Don't remind me, Deku said. Obviously have to. What could possibly have made you? Oh gods, you are a philander, Winter yelled. What? Deku yelled. The endurance. The long-term planning. You tricked me. And now you've gotten my mother involved. Oh my gods, Winter said. Whoa whoa whoa. Let's not get crazy here. That is not what happened, Deku said. You're seriously telling me you don't find me attractive? You had sex with me. You clearly find me attractive, as well as my mother, Winter yelled. You're putting words in my mouth. And the same applies to you. You found me attractive enough to fuck. Were you jealous of Weiss and decided to kidnap and torture me to get off? Deku yelled. Don't try and turn this around on me. You like being roughed up, don't you? Winter yelled. And you like to feel like you're in charge, but you're actually a total sub, Deku yelled. Oh my gods, I even sat on your back. You got off on that, didn't you? You perverted swine, Winter yelled. You're the perverted swine. You had no filter during it and did it with Weiss, Deku yelled. Do you have something to tell me? Weiss Willow asked. No, Weiss said. If you say so. At least I know he can perform, Willow said. How? Weiss said. A while later, it was time for Willow and Winter to leave. Well, this has been absolutely delightful, but we should head back. I should start looking into a more permanent residence for the duration of my stay, and I think Winter also needs some rest, Willow said. A shower is what I need. Filth, Winter said. Yeah, wash that mind of yours, Deku said. Yeah, I think a period of adjustment is what we all need right now, Weiss said. Not too long of a period, I hope. We have so much to talk about, my dear. Before I go though, Mr. Boyfriend, Ijuku, Willow said. Oh, yes Mother, Deku said. Weiss shivered. Dust above, that's going to take a geological age getting used to, Weiss said. Willow then lifted Deku's head with her fan. Mom, Weiss yelled. You're a smart young man, with a strong fiber and set of personal morals. And enough empathy to care about my selectively dumb daughters even at their worst. I like you, Mr. Boyfriend, Willow said. Mom, Winter groaned. Thanks, Deku said. So, please keep taking good care of the both of them. Okay, Ijuku. I'll be watching, Willow said. Wait. What do you mean both? Weiss asked. Okay, Deku said. Okay, he says, Winter said. Now, I'll bid you adieu, Mr. Boyfriend, Willow said. The tannoy then crackled into life. Attention all, due to technical difficulties all bullhead flights have currently been suspended until further notice. Replacement bus services to Vale will be on offer. We ask for your patience, and we apologize for any inconvenience, the announcer said. Well, that's annoying, Willow said. Especially so since from all flights are suspended the ATC is most likely down, so I can't call in a transport, Winter said. Guess you'll just have to settle for the bus, Weiss said. But that could take hours, and I'd rather not be squished into a bus, Willow said. Well then why doesn't Winter use her semblance to take you down to Vale? It may not be your preferred way of transport, but at least you won't have to deal with the bus, and you'll be in Vale faster than anyone else currently here, Deku said. Smart thinking. Won't you take me home, dearie, Willow said. But my name's not Winter, Deku said. I know that's silly. But this is the perfect time for that third thing I asked you for, Willow said. What exactly would that be? You never told me, Deku asked. It's simple really. I want you to make me feel young again, Willow said. What? Deku asked. Mother Winter said. Seriously? That's what else you want from him? Weiss asked. Indeed it is. I'm not getting any younger here and would like to experience the fun of life. I missed being drunk in that hellhole. So, won't you take me home, dearie? Willow said. Mother, please, Winter said. It's all right, Winter, I did agree to this, Deku said. But Winter said. Fine by me, I need to have a chat with you anyways, Winter, Weiss said. Fine, Winter said. Shall we go, Mother? Deku said. Yes, my dear, Willow said. Deku picked up Willow, carrying her princess style, and then jumped off the cliff heading for Vale. Winter and Weiss did the same. Deku had quickly managed to carry Willow to her apartment. Wow. I haven't had a rush like that in years. Do you feel the same way? Willow asked. At first, I did, but now it's become nothing more than walking for me. I wasn't even using my full power, Deku said. Wow, you just getting more and more impressive, Willow said. Thank you, Mother, Deku said. I should be thanking you, dearie. So please, come inside for some tea, Willow said. Very well, Deku said. Deku and Willow then went inside. Meanwhile. So, you told Mother everything? Winter asked. Well, she got a very clear picture from your accusation on Izuku. Seriously, Winter, Izuku is not like that at all, you need to calm down, Weiss said. Alright, sorry, Winter said. You should be saying that to Izuku. Speaking of him, Mother said something about him, Weiss said. What was that? Winter asked. She was glad to hear that he could perform, Weiss said. She also said something about him when we arrived. She said she'll settle for his arm for now, Winter said. Weiss and Winter stood there thinking for a moment. You don't think? Weiss and Winter asked. Where is she staying? Weiss asked. Follow me, Winter said. Winter then led Weiss to Willow's apartment. They jumped up to the balcony, but by the time they arrived it was too late. In Team JPDDE's room, David was talking to Evelyn and Penny about Melanie's proposal. So, one on hand, it could be just her natural skills of persuasions to convince me to do things. Reminds me of someone else, David said. Really, now, Evelyn said. On the other. Well, what do you think? David asked. Are you asking for permission to go out with one of the hot image girls from your workplace, honey? Evelyn asked. No, just asking what do you think about the possibility that Melanie might be interested in me, David said. Well, she seems nice. Her sister too, Penny said. Unless your name is Young, from what I hear, Jack said. Quite. Anyway, we can't really make any decisions on that possibility until we know her better. And we trust you to pace yourself and take things slow, Penny said. Oh, thank you, Penny, David said. Thant and your titanium level density, Evelyn said. Screw you, Evelyn, David said. Gladly, Evelyn said. Jack groaned. Taking a hike. Penny, come on, I know today it's Evelyn's solo turn with the boys, Jack said. Oh, wow, Jack. You managed to deduce our schedule from the frequency and details of our romps, Penny asked. Don't remind me, Jack yelled. Jack then left the room. Speaking of my romp time. Where's my green boy? Evelyn asked. I told him to be here tonight so I could tell you all at once about Melanie. Guess I'll have to get his say later, David said. Get my say on what? Deku asked. Well, look who finally decided to show up, David said. Sorry, I was busy with something, Deku said. Busy with who? Evelyn asked. Anyway, what is it you need my say on? Deku asked. I was asked to hang out after work by Melanie, and I think she might be interested. So what do you think about her? David said. Me and Evelyn have already given our approval, Penny said. Oh, that, yeah, I'm fine with it. We are going on a double date with T-twins after all, Deku said. Huh? Since when was that a thing, David asked. Since always. Milshia told me it was going to be a double date, Deku said. Melanie must have forgot to mention it, Penny said. Yeah. So does that mean Milshia is interested in you, David asked. I suppose so, and I guess Melanie is interested in you, Deku said. I think so, David said. Getting the hot image twins. I like the sound of that. And speaking of twins, get changed Carlo and Jun, this bunny want the two new image boys, Evelyn said. Meanwhile at Junior's. Why? Why have I let this happen for so long? All of my life. She's been given everything she could have wished for. Or she grabbed for it with ease. I had to toil, I had to work for it. I had to put my all just to keep up with her. And yet, I always put her first, everyone always put her first. But never again. Never again. Next time I'm putting my foot down and saying, no, you can't have that. Why? Because I want it, Milshia thought. There you are. What the hell are you doing here? It's almost time to start, Melanie said. All right. You can do this, Milshia. The moment she's in earshot, Milshia thought. What are you doing here all alone? You practicing your brooding or something? Anyway, listen up, Melanie said. Okay. Now, Milshia thought. Melanie, Milshia said. I got you a date with Mr. Carlo, Melanie said. You what, Milshia asked. Well, he doesn't really know, since that's not how I sold it, but I did get him to promise to hang out with us after work one of these days. I'll try and leave the two of you some space, but you will have to give your all, Melanie said. You? What? Why, Milshia asked. Oh, well. It's been so long that you forgot how to do it, Melanie said. That's not what I... Melanie, that's what you were talking about with David last time, Milshia asked. Oh, you saw us. Dang, and here I wanted it to be a surprise, Melanie said. But why? Why would you do that, Milshia asked. Because you desperately need to relax. I thought getting someone to help with work would allow you to do that, but nope, still same high-strung, Milshia. So, of course I had to try something else. Like getting you a boyfriend. You get along with the guy, he's charming, easy on the eyes and has got quite the head on his shoulders, just as you like them. He may be a couple years younger and he's already got 2 girlfriends and a boyfriend, and I heard they've opened their relationship. Perfect for you, right, Melanie asked. Milshia's face fell. Milshia. What's wrong, Melanie asked. I'm so sorry, Milshia said. You're sorry. For what, Melanie asked. Up until 1 minute ago, I was about ready to tear you a new one. And vomit years of repressed feelings in a torrent of verbal abuse, Milshia said. You what, Melanie asked. I guess I should just come out with it, instead. Be the level-headed one. As always, Milshia said. And what exactly do you mean by that? Moo, Melanie said. Melanie. Growing up, there have been moments where I hated you. We're twins and yet. We couldn't be more different, looks to the side. Interests, attitudes, our learning aptitudes. It takes me twice as long to learn to do something as good as you. And yet, everything we've done, everything we were pushed into, was done while keeping you in mind. Only, always you. And if something bad happened, I got the blame. Like being a couple minutes older qualifies me as the older sister, somehow. We never went back home after we got expelled, but I can only imagine what Mom and Dad would have said. All of that and more. I don't blame you, Melin, but damn if I don't resent you at times. Especially since you never, ever seem to take things seriously. Probably because you don't need to, but I know it's irrational, but I can't really help it. I'm interested in David and, when I saw you talking to him, I thought you wanted to. I thought you had beaten me to something, yet again. Instead, you were just thinking of me and I almost. I'm so sorry, Milshia said. Milshia, no, you don't need to be sorry. You're absolutely right, Melanie said. I'm right, Milshia asked. Do you know why when you proposed to not go back home and just run away to Vale City I immediately said yes? Because I trust you. And because I depend on you. I always have, selfishly so. All the things you've been pushed into, despite your wishes, they happened because I was too scared to do them on my own. I wanted you by my side, always. It didn't matter what it was, if it was new, it was scary and insurmountable unless you were there with me. It still is like that, Melanie said. I never realized. You think that highly of me, Milshia asked. How could I not? Milshia. It may take you more to get to the same point as me, but thing is, you do get there eventually. And you're so much braver and wiser than me. I may be better at learning how to do things, but you always know exactly what to do. And hell, I think you could be even better than me at anything you put your mind to if you just allowed yourself to relax. We're not on the road anymore. We have a life here, a home, and financial stability. We're safe and I have the confidence to do things on my own, now. So could you please take the opportunity to do something you like and enjoy it? Big sister. You can have David, I'm more into Izuku. Which reminds me. I need to invite him out next time he's here. I missed him the last time, Melanie said. About that, Milshia said. Wait, you didn't. I did, you, Melanie asked. It was in the heat of the moment. I didn't want to lose anything again after I saw you with David. If I couldn't be with David, I was fine with being with Izuku. So, I asked him out, to join you and David after work, making it a double date. I'm so sorry for ruining everything, Milshia said. I think I also share some blame. I shouldn't have kept my idea from you, Melanie said. What? What are we going to do, Milshia asked. Saturday. Day 167. Deku was relaxing in his room when there was a knock at the door. He went to answer it. As he opened the door, a raven flew in. They renovated the room. Cool, Raven said. Keep it down, will you? My teammates are in, Deku said. It's not like they know who I am. At most they'll believe you snuck a hot date in the school, Raven said. I wish I could tell them that's not true, but they'll probably find it hard to believe me, Deku said. Oh. Interesting. You must be a god among first years. Taeyong was, and he only managed to bag himself a third year. His bed was in that spot over there. Where the twin beds are, Raven said. Hold on. You mean this was your room, Deku asked. Took you long enough. What a surprise, Raven said. What a coincidence, Deku said. I could be making it up, Raven said. You promised you wouldn't, Deku said. After my own heart. Grab your shit and let's go, Raven said. We're going now. Isn't it a bit early for drinking, Deku asked. I've decided that we might as well check your stamina too. Let's make it a day out. Think you can keep up with me, Izuku, Raven asked. Raven then left the room. Shortly followed by Deku. The two were now in Vale's market. Oh, man. The stall is gone, Raven said. Which stall are you talking about, Deku asked. When I was a student, there was this stand that sold the best caramel apples ever. Now it's gone, Raven said. Didn't expect you to like caramel apples of all things, Deku said. Hey. Summer said something similar the first time we went out as a team. She thought I liked Mistralian sweets because I dressed like one of their old swordsmen. Like those sweet balls on skewers. You. Sugar paste is what they are, Raven said. Old swordsman. So there's some kind of reasoning behind those clothes, Deku asked. Other than showing off my legs, you mean? Well, yeah, my tribe was founded by rogue members of that old warrior caste, so it's tradition for the chieftain to wear clothes inspired by their armor, Raven said. There's so much to unpack in that one statement, Deku said. You wanted stories. Let's grab something to eat first, though, Raven said. The two were now sat at a table in the market. So, in order. You were born in a tribe, Deku asked. I was, Raven said. And this tribe descends from? Rogue swordsman from Mistral, Deku asked. In short, a century or so before the Great War happened, Mistral went through political upheaval. A lot of the castes who existed previously found themselves losing privilege, power, and facing the specter of social mobility. Some adapted. Others fought back. Some left. The guys who founded my tribe belonged to the latter group, Raven said. It doesn't sound like you approve of the course of action, Deku said. Who would ever approve running from a battle? Especially with those kind of stakes, Raven said. It seems pretty clear to me that they thought they could not win the fight, Deku said. Everyone can fight a battle they know they'll win. What really sets people apart is when you face uncertain odds. Are you going to run? Or are you going to stand your ground and fight? That's the question. And that's what really makes you a warrior. Dust, transforming weapons, magic. Those are all just fancy ornaments. Put them on a sickly tree and sooner or later it'll collapse, Raven said. I'm not talking about combat strength, Deku said. Oh. What do you mean, Raven asked. As you said. Mistral went through a political upheaval. Now, I'll admit I don't know what Mistral was before and after. But's the same as there were those who didn't want change. There were those who did want that change. Be it for a better life under a new government or for the simple fact that some wanted power. And it's clear that more people wanted change than those who didn't. They may have won the physical battle, but without the support of the masses, it would have been futile in the long run. It was the better call to leave and live in grim country where they could keep some sort of power, and the new government wouldn't bother them, Deku said. I see your point, Raven said. But enough of my rambling. So, you know about magic, Deku said. Let's go to Main Street. I want to hunt down this shop, hoping it's still open, Raven said. Raven then got up and headed to Main Street, Deku following shortly behind again. Yes. That's the stuff, Raven said. Ha, Deku said. That's the sound of, ha, I didn't think she'd like jewelry, Raven said. Well, yeah. Didn't think jewelry was something you'd have in a tribe, Deku said. Well, you're right, mostly. These are presents, Raven said. Presents? For who, Deku asked. The younger girls in the tribe. We don't exactly come in contact with civilization all that much, so trinkets like these are rare in our village, Raven said. Makes sense, Deku said. Yeah. Gotta stay hidden, from the government and the Grim wanting to wipe us off the face of Remnant, you gotta to have some tricks up your sleeve, Izuku, Raven said. Tricks? From the way you were speaking, I thought you were all badasses who don't need no tricks to win, Deku said. Well. Someone's relaxing enough around me to joke around, Raven said. What? Can't take a joke, Deku asked. Wouldn't have married Young's father if I didn't. Anyway, while that'd be cool, we can't all be learning the sword, you know. I mean, we all get trained in combat and the usage of aura, but at the end of the day, someone's got to scrub the toilets, Raven said. Makes sense. Everyone's got their role, then Deku said. Yes. In a lot of way, we never left the society of old Mistral. Including that asinine rule women couldn't occupy government position. Took care of that myself, Raven said. I was about to say. So, how'd you do it, Deku asked. Simple. When Crow didn't come back to the tribe with me after we graduated Beacon and the chieftain still didn't want to make me his successor, I challenged him to a duel and chopped his head off with his own broken blade, Raven said. Deku began to feel uneasy. Afterwards, I took the challenge of anyone else who wanted to stake their claim. After the seventh had gone rolling, they acquiesced. One last thing. The chieftain position in the tribe is hereditary. I'm sure you can work the rest out, Raven said, walking away, leaving Deku to think. Night had now fallen and the two were out the front of a bar. You're not exactly being good company right now, you know, Raven said. Oh, really? I hadn't noticed, Deku said. Is this really the chieftain thing? Come on, I remember the threat you sent my way the first time we met. It can't be bothering you that much, Raven said. It does bother me. But that's not it. It's something else, Deku said. Well, out with it then. You're awfully boring right now, Raven said. If you want something, you just go for it, don't you, Deku asked. Raven said. From what you told me about yourself so far, you're headstrong. You don't back down from a challenge. Also, you're thoughtful. Presents for the younger girls in the tribe. Also, all the little things about the room, the apples, the stories about your teammates. You're not some kind of heartless monster, Deku said. And how the hell does that bother you, Raven asked. If you're like that, then I can think of only two explanations for why you didn't even try to contact Young over all these years or bring her any birthday presents. First one is, you really didn't care for her at all from the moment she was born, Deku said. Raven scowled. I knew it. It's not that you didn't want to see her, it's that you couldn't. And considering the kind of person you are, the only reason you couldn't is because you gave your word you wouldn't. But to who? And why, Deku asked. I also gave my word I'd never tell that to anyone. So that's a question I won't be answering, because otherwise I'd have to lie, Raven said. I knew it. There was no way, Deku said. What kind of monster would take one look at their child and decide you want nothing to do with them for the rest of their lives? I got the only scar of my life bringing Young into this world. I thought that dear Tai Young would tell her something so that she wouldn't grow up thinking exactly that. But seems like I knew even less about him than I thought, Raven said. That's so cruel, Deku said. I really need that drink, now, Raven said. Hopefully nothing too strong, Deku asked. Not a drinker, Raven asked. Not really. It's just the time I had something strong. Well, it's what led the relationship I have, Deku said. Oh. You're telling me more over drinks, Raven said. The two then went to Junior's. Raven burst out laughing. Seriously? That's how it happened? That's hilarious, Raven said, hiccuping. Yeah. Evelyn is still embarrassed by it to this day, Deku said. Bet she is. Though I'm more surprised that Penny, the ginger girl, right, suggested such a ridiculous arrangement. You sure she's got her head on straight, Raven asked, hiccuping. I'll admit, she does have a peculiar brain. She doesn't see why you can only love one person. Love is love, and nothing should get in the way of it, Deku said. Raven laughed. You are a peculiar bunch, Raven said. Raven then climbed over the table. So apart from Penny, David, Evelyn and Young. How many, Raven asked. No comment. And I think you should sit back down, people are staring, and not at this end, Deku said. Raven then crawled over the rest of the table and sat in Deku's lap. What? What are you doing, Deku asked, flustered. Getting comfortable. You wanna test the older model, Raven said. Deku's face went completely red. Alright. You've had enough. Time to calm down, Deku said. Deku then stood up carrying Raven. We, Raven said. As Deku began to take Raven to the VIP room, she picked up a bottle of alcohol which Deku didn't notice. Deku entered the VIP room with Raven and then put her down. "You look stressed. Have a drink," Raven said. "I'd rather," Deku said, but he was cut off by Raven kissing him. She had poured some alcohol in her mouth and was now forcing it in Deku's mouth. Deku immediately began to feel the effects of the alcohol. "Oh fuck," Deku thought. And after that his mind went blank. A few hours later, Raven left the VIP lounge. She was a bit disheveled and wobbly on her feet. She picked at a white substance off her body and ate it. She smiled to herself. She then transformed into a raven and flew away. Day 168. It was time. It was time for Team JPDE to go down the mines of Peak. Team JPDE, Team RWBY, Professor Peach and Titana had boarded the Bullhead and were waiting for takeoff for their flight to Peak. Glinda had come out to the Bullhead landing just after they had boarded. She was thinking to herself, "I can't help but think that, if I had gotten more involved and sooner, I could have protected them from this. Instead, despite the terrible danger they are in, these students are the ones who are better prepared to deal with it. As an adult, as a teacher, I take that as a failure. I couldn't even see them off because of that. Self-loathing isn't something they needed before they departed. All I can do right now is wish them well and protect what they are forced to leave behind," Glinda thought. The Bullhead then took off. "Good luck, everyone. Come back safe," Glinda said. A few hours later, Team JPDE, Team RWBY, Professor Peach, Titana and Janara were at the entrance to the mines of Peak. "And you're sure that thing is safe?" Weiss asked. "Perfectly safe. Unless I tell it so, it won't move." "Don't fret," Janara said. "I guess we can only take your word for it," Weiss said. "Oh my gosh, she's so cute," Ruby whispered. "Your worry is understandable, Miss Schnee, but misplaced. And again, it's just a last-minute getaway vehicle. You'll probably have no need to get into it at all," Peach said. "If it does come to that, though, we're counting on you. Now, we're going down in half an hour. If anyone has any last preparations to do, now's the time," Jack said. "No motivational speeches?" Partner David asked. "We've been talking, planning and preparing for this for months. Either you're ready or you aren't." "There's no speech I can give that would fix that," Jack said. "Hey. True," David said. They all then split up to do any last preparations before entering the mines. Deku went over to the upper terrace looking over Peak. Deku was then approached by all of Team RWBY. "Oh, hey girls, what can I do for you?" Deku said. "You could show me a good time before you go down," Young said. "Young Xiaolong, be serious about this. Izuku is about to go down an abandoned mine, and your first thought is sex," Weiss said. "Had to lighten the mood somehow, you and Ruby were pulling a Blake," Young said. "What's that supposed to mean?" Blake asked. Deku laughed. "Glad to see you can still joke around, Young," Deku said. "No problem," Young said. "Izuku," Ruby said. "Yeah, Ruby," Deku asked. "There are a few things I want to say. We all want to say. But there's not enough time for all of us to talk to you. So from all of us," Ruby said. "Come back safe." "All right," the four said. "I'll try," Deku said. "You'll try?" Weiss asked. "Well, I don't want to raise my own death flag. So, I'll do my best for you girls," Deku said. Deku then kissed each one of them. "Now go and finish your preparations," Deku said. The four nodded and left. Deku thought it best to text Neo a message, considering how she got last time he was in danger. "Hey, Neo. So, you're probably going to kill me after this, but I'm about to be in some extreme danger. Again. And I apologize, but you can't help either. Believe me, I would love to have you here, but that would mean answering a lot of questions about our relationship. Questions that would put us in danger. Honestly, I wish we could go back to just hanging out without any danger. Well, most of the danger, but I can deal with having broken feet after dancing with you. I promise I'll be careful and come back in one piece. Love you, Harlequin. Deku texted. Deku began to think about his trip down the mines and hoped he had everything he needed and everyone else was prepared. There was something, more accurately someone he wanted here. Pyrrha Nikos. Her skills would have been most useful, but did he really want anyone else involved? They had already gotten Team RWBY involved, and if Pyrrha came, the rest of Team JNPR would insist on coming. Deku decided to send Pyrrha a message. Hey, Pyrrha. This may sound odd and perhaps a bit worrying, but I wish you were here, can't wait to see you again. Love you. By Deku texted. The half hour was now up. It was time for them to enter the mines. See you in a while, then Deku said. Good luck, Mr. Midoriya. And look out for Janara and Titania, please, Peach said. Break a leg. Not literally, please. You need it to kick ass, Ruby said. I hope we won't have to use that vehicle, so. You'd better succeed, Wise said. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And that includes puns better than mine, Young said. Good luck, Blake said. Jack suggested I keep out of sight and tangibility, and I can't help but agree. But I'll be watching your back at all times, Amber said. No turning back. Time to meet Daddy, Titania said. It's payback time, it's what it is. I'll teach them, Janara said. And we'll be right behind you, Janara, Deku said. Remember guys, don't do anything reckless and always stay behind me and Penny. We're leading. Izuku, you're the rear guard, Jack said. If we run into Andrea, leave him to me, Evelyn said. I've devised a counter to Weza's semblance. I shall be the one engaging him, Penny said. I'll take on Howard. I want a decisive victory this time. I'm not letting him run away, David said. And me and Jack will take on Thriller and Bella, Deku said. And afterwards, we're dismantling that flaming piece of junk together, David said. Meanwhile in the lab ship. Something troubling you, Seal, Enrico asked. I'm not worried about them, if that's what you mean, Professor. Considering their forces and what they face, they're as prepared as they could be, so worrying is a waste of energy, Seal said. No use and no need, huh? Then what's on your mind, Enrico asked. My father. And the new AK units, Seal said. Enrico said. I mean, sensing magic. How do you even test something like that? To make a device able to sense a form of energy, you must first be able to isolate and identify it. It needs repeatedly confirmed data. So, how did my father build the AKMH-1S, Seal asked. Simple. He managed to collect enough data on what magic is, Enrico said. Oh, very helpful, Professor. My question is, of course, how? It definitely was with the patronage of General Ironwood, and considering what we know. Maybe a maiden, Seal said. Considering Headmaster Ozpin's attitude when it comes to them, I really doubt he would allow a scientist from Atlas to experiment on one, Enrico said. Then, how did he find another source of magic, Seal asked. Well, I think the most plausible explanation is as follows. I think we can safely assume, now that we know that it exists, that Grimm are beings born of magic. That would explain why science cannot decipher many of their secrets, Enrico said. Because they belong to a sphere of knowledge we know too little of. But that's exactly my point, Seal said. Indeed. But if we take a certainty that the creatures of Grimm are born of magic, then the data on the semblance you and Penny share would be more than enough to develop magic detecting device out of it, Enrico said. You You mean Seal said. It also forces me to re-evaluate a theory that most men of science repeatedly considered a fairy tale. Your very existence may not be a fortuitous discovery, Seal, but have a very specific reason. Your father must have cried himself to sleep with pride, when he arrived to that conclusion. And I bet he's not the only one to do so. Professor Peach came to me with a new discovery as well, between magic and dust, Enrico said. Back at Peak Team JPDE, Amber, Titania and Janera had now gone down the mines. This place feels like death, Evelyn said. My creatures can't do miracles. Just be thankful the ceiling isn't crumbling on top of us, Janera said. About your creatures, aren't any going to be acting as our support? Janera Penny asked. Honestly, with the size of these tunnels, there's already too many of us. I'd rather prefer if you kept your firepower for more creative uses of magic, like you did against Amber. And speaking of power, partner Jack said. I was already trying, but it's weird. It's like its presence is all around us. I can only say that it feels stronger down the corridor, David said. Figures. Let's get moving, then Jack said. We'll walk in pairs. Me and Penny will lead the column. Then Evelyn and David, Janera and Titania. Izuku and Amber, you'll cover our flanks, Jack said. Affirmative, Penny said. Got it, David said. On it, Evelyn said. Why with her, Janera asked. Titania stayed silent. Titania. What is it, Jack asked. Look over there, Titania said. Everyone looked over to where Titania was pointing. Where, Penny asked. On the wall near the walkway. Over the gap, Amber said. Oh, David said. That's a very familiar looking blob, Deku said. There's. I think I see more further down the tunnel, Penny said. Probably as a form of defense. Like Titania, Janera said. Let's agree to stay the hell away from them, alright, Titania said. As much as we can, yeah. Again, narrow tunnels. And that walkway's even narrower, Jack said. Those poor people, Penny said. Let's go. Be alert at all times, Jack said. They all began to pass the blob one by one, staying as far away as possible from it. You, Janera said as she passed the blob. In case I used to know you. I'm sorry this happened to us, Titania thought. Everyone had now passed the blob and went down the tunnel. There's a split in the road coming up ahead, Penny said. Partner Jack asked. Your guess is as good as mine, David said. Should we split up, Amber asked. Everyone's eyes were now on Amber. It was just in jest, Amber said. Yeah, not funny, David said. Putting it to a vote. Where should we go, Jack said. I would go test both tunnels with danger sense, but I won't be able to tell which one is more dangerous without being attacked, Deku said. If danger sense is no help, I say we go down that path with more blobs, Evelyn said. That's a very specific reason, Jack said. Yeah. Wouldn't it make more sense to go down the path with less ones? Less risk, more space, Janera said. Yeah, but if there's less blobs, what if it's because they popped, Evelyn asked. The logic is sound, Penny said. What with, though? I doubt this place has had many visitors, considering, Titania said. I don't know, but that's a very good point. Let's go down the right path, Jack said. Should I scout ahead that way, just in case, Amber asked. No. You are part of the rear guard, and I'd rather have you save as much magic as possible. We're only heading in that direction if it's absolutely necessary, Jack said. Little did they know that down the other tunnel was a blob creature made of pyro-obsidian. Partner. It's getting clearer, David said. You mean, Jack asked. Yes. I think this is it, David said. Everyone. We're not going in there to be reckless or risk our lives. The moment the tide starts turning against us, we're running away. But that could only happen because of unknown factors. Weza, Bella, Howard, Thilla, Andrea. We have plans and counters for all of them, Jack said. Whatever happens next, we can do this. We'll win and go back home all together. Now, let's do this. Let's get some answers and put everything behind us, once and for all, Jack said. The group then entered a large cave with the large glowing crystal. Wow, this cave is. It's enormous. I can't see the end of it, Titania said. The walls, the ceiling, the floor. There's blobs and veins of pyro-obsidian everywhere, Evelyn said. I'll have to be careful when fighting in here then, Deku said. I can feel a strong magical power coming from the Geode, Amber said. David Penny asked. Yes. It's the clearest and strongest I've ever felt it. It's like a person's body warmth, as twisted and alien as the details are. But there's no doubt in my mind. The boss is inside that crystal, David said. Very good, David. And let me welcome you all. You've been expected, Weza said. You, Janara yelled. Janara, stay back, Jack said. But Janara said. You know the plan and you know what you two need to do. Stay behind us at all times, Jack said. Who, Janara said. Janara. Come on, Amber said. Fine. But you'd better punch him in the face for me. Hard, Janara said. If you've quite finished preparing. We have a schedule to maintain, you know, Weza said. Oh, fuck you and your schedule, Jack yelled. We're not here for playing games, Weza. We're here for answers. What do you and the boss want? Why did Peak have to die for it? And how do I factor into this? What did you do to the flame and its guardian, David asked. Weza laughed. Indeed. They are all fair and good questions. And be assured, you're going to learn the answer to the most of them shortly. Before that though, I'm going to ask you to be incapacitated for it. We're not quite ready yet, Weza said. You smarmy, Jack said. Thilla, Howard, Andrea and Bella then charged forward. Incoming, Evelyn yelled. Bella and Thilla went after Evelyn, and Titania. You Bella, this Phronemes stuff is getting real old by now, Evelyn said. What she said, Feather Duster. Can't you pick a side, already, Titania asked. Bella and Thilla remained silent. Bella, Evelyn asked. Howard had gone after Jack. Oh. I'm surprised you didn't just bull rush my partner, Jack yelled. Oh, that can wait. There are more important things, right now, Howard said. Andrea had gone after David. Don't get distracted, big boy. It's time we play together, Andrea said. Yeah, how about no, I would totally be fine with keeping that distance till the end of times, David said. Playing hard to get, huh? I love that, Andrea said. Weza had gone after Penny. This meant that Deku was left alone. Forgetting someone, Deku said. Oh no, not in the slightest. It's just that your dance partners are waiting for their cue, Weza said. And what would that be, Penny asked. Weza then whistled. Deku's danger sense then activated. Several blobs of pyro-obsidian then popped above, releasing blob creatures similar to Janara Mostro, but smaller. Deku easily dodged these creatures, but he was forced back and away from the group. I would have liked to save these for later, but they are perfectly suited to deal with you, especially in this environment, Weza said. If these blobs work similar to Janara's Mostro, then I would have to use all the power of one for all I can handle, but that would lead to a cave-in. And touching them is a no-go, unless I wish to become one of them, Deku thought. Deku looked at how many ice dust crystals he had. 3 ice crystals. I can't waste them all on these ones, he certainly has more. So, I'll have to gather them in one spot and take them out in one go. Okay. I can do this, Deku thought. As everyone was fighting, David began to think about the battle. Howard went after Jack. Why didn't he go after him? He would have wanted to get some payback for last time, even more with Deku. So why fight Jack? The boss immediately came to David's head. But if they needed more time, why did they press the attack? Shouldn't they be on the defensive? Also, if the boss is in the crystal, why are they allowing their second most destructive member the closest to it? Deku was keeping away as not to get the others caught in the blob. Why wasn't Weza pushing Penny back? And why was he being kept away from it, and in the company of someone whose semblance allows him to see all of his movement? David then smirked. I like that smile. Finally decided to play with me, Stud Andrea asked. No, David said. How? Andrea said. David used Pyrrha's inspiration to push himself towards the crystal. He flew past Bella's, Evelyn, Titania and Thilla. Partner Jack questioned. Oh no, you don't, Howard said. David used Jack's inspiration to slow Howard down, before continuing with Pyrrha's inspiration. David then flew past Penny and Weza. David, what are you? Penny asked. I got it, Penny, David said. Weza smirked. David was now bearing down on the crystal. God damn it. Stop Dik Beggis, Howard yelled. Howard. It's done. You can stop acting, Weza said. David, don't, Deku yelled. Deku was then caught by one of the blobs. Ijuku, Evelyn yelled. Get away. Don't touch it, Penny yelled. It's quite too late for that, boy. Anyway. Thanks for playing right along, the boss said. David then began to feel an immense amount of in pain in his arm. David. Amber yelled. Amber, Janara asked. That's a whirlwind of. That's pure magic. I can't, Amber said. Ijuku. I'm coming, Jack yelled. The Pyropsy blobs were then covered in ice and then shatter, Deku walking out of the mist. Come on, Penny said. Penny, Evelyn asked. I can't. It's like he's stuck, Penny yelled. What did you do? What did you do, Jack asked. Oh, come now, I hardly did anything. Other than play on Mr. Dik Beggis' newfound confidence. It seemed to have given you some headaches too, didn't it, Weza asked. You, Jack yelled. David then screamed out in pain. Penny, get him away, Titania yelled. I can't. If I pull any harder, his arm, Penny yelled. Then let me give you a hand. We'll use Black Whip, Deku yelled. Deku then ran towards Penny and David. He used Black Whip to wrap around David's arm. Penny, wedge your swords in the crystal. I'll use Black Whip to push them out and then we should, Deku said. Hurry up. He's going to die, Janara yelled. I haven't exactly done this before, you know, Deku yelled. Then cut off his arm. He can survive without an arm, Janara yelled. Calm down, Darth Vader. Cut your own arm off and we'll see how you'll feel. Oh, for the love of Janara yelled. Janara then blew up the crystal, freeing David's arm, but in the process sending David, Deku and Penny flying back. Deku and Penny crashed down together. Oh no, Evelyn yelled. Don't worry, I caught him, Titania said. What? Bella said. What happened? Thilla asked. Penny, Ijuku, are you two alright? Jack asked. I'm alright. Deku said. So am I, Penny said. A figure then started to emerge from the smoke and crystal. He looked like an older version of David. The man then began to laugh. Who? What? David said. David, stay down. You went through hell, there. You can't be fine, Titania said. I'm coming around. Who? What? David asked. How long has it been? This rush? This feeling of pure existence. Thank you, boy, for being the perfect tester. And the perfect mold. For my new body, the boss said. You can't be, David said. You actually did it. Wezzer, you bastard, Bella said. Bella. So there was something wrong with you, Evelyn said. When he told us what was going to happen, we refused, and then Thilla said. Come now, did you really think you could use the boss's magic all these years without some consequences? Manipulating you was far too easy. And look. I told you there was a 50% chance of Mr. Deku biting it. He's alive, Wezzer said. No thanks to you, asshole, David said. Indeed. It was all you this time, Deku. Sure, I may have tricked you, but it was your arrogance and one-track mind that led you into my trap. And thus, I salute you, and celebrate you. Today, after time immemorial, the boss once more walks the material plane, Wezzer said. And you, Wezzer. Today. You have earned the gratitude of a god made flesh. In the most literal sense possible, the boss said, laughing. Howard, Wezzer and Andrea joined in on the laughter. The hell are you laughing at? Evelyn asked. You mean to tell me that all this time, all the bullcrap you put us through, Jack said. It was just to make a copy of my body, David asked. Not a carbon copy, but. Yes, Howard said. He does have your eyes, stud, Andrea said. Come, now, boy. Why do you think you were allowed to live so long? It's because you were the perfect test subject. You, who contain a piece of my essence. You, who were forced to rely on its power time and again, and survived it. You, who showed me that it was possible for my power to be contained within a human body, the boss said. All of this. Us, peak. Just to get a body, Penny asked. Not just any body. A human body. That has been the boss's desire for a very long time. The request he made of a young boy who got lost one day, following his father to work, Wezzer said. You, Jack said. But humans aren't made for normal magic, figures the magic of a divine being. At first, we tried simple possession, but it didn't work. So I thought, maybe, by mixing pieces of his old body with a human one, we could craft a hybrid that could accommodate his soul and power. But that also failed. No matter how many people we sent to their deaths down here, to become aura batteries for him to feed off, not a one was able to become a suitable host. Most we could make out of it was a trap. This level of the mines is littered with our failures. Not even putting together the body of a magical user was good enough, although we did manage to create life out of that. Impressive but useless to our aims, Wezzer said. I'll show you useless, Janara yelled. Janara, Jack said. So we regrettably decided to put it aside and focus on recovering the scattered pieces of his essence and power, now that the individuals we had chosen for the task at hand had matured enough. And even that, regrettably, didn't go as planned. The Guardian was defeated, but the Flame managed to craft himself an escape route of its remains, a human. So, imagine my surprise when Howard told me that this escape vehicle has shown signs of channeling the same power that had created him and powered the Guardian we defeated, Wezzer said. David, Penny said. I'm fine, I need to stand, David said. But of course, that wasn't enough. We needed to test its durability, just how much like a normal human this container was. And just how much of the Flame's power it could sustain, Wezzer said. So I guess I exceeded expectations, David asked. Indeed you have. Able to resist powerful bursts of the boss's essence, able to use aura and develop a semblance. You eat, get sick, study, get hurt, love. Deku, you're what we could have only dreamed of. And to top it all off, the Flame had relinquished enough of its essence back to the boss to allow you to survive the creation process. It may have taken decades. But this experiment has been a complete success, Wezzer said. And thus, here I stand today, because of you. And, of course, the efforts of my... Should I call you underlings? No, that doesn't sound right. Allies. No, that would imply some kind of... We'll have to think about that later. Anyway, I thank you all, the boss said. A complete success, you say? An experiment, Penny asked. Weather said. This is not science. This isn't science, and you're not a scientist. You're just a sick, twisted, terrible person. There's nothing in all of this that provides a benefit to people. All that surrounds this experiment is death and suffering, Penny said. This provides no advancement in anything, except the stroking of your own ego. You accidentally managed to create life and you deemed it useless because it wasn't what you were looking for, Penny said. Yeah. You tell him, Janara said. You're a pathetic, silly, short-sighted joke of a scientist. And we'll stop you, Penny said. Weather burst out laughing. This is rich, coming from the daughter of Enrico Polendina. But it does give me an idea for further testing, Weather said. And what do you have in mind, the boss asked. First of all, let me manufacture a controlled testing environment, Weather said. Weather then whistled and more pyroxene blobs appeared. You. Those things again. What the hell are those things, Janara asked. Failures, remember. Have fun with them. And now that we've evened out the playing field a little, boss. What do you say about undergoing a little test of martial prowess with your new body, Weather asked. The boss laughed. It's just like you, isn't it? A test, he says. But, very well, the boss said. Howard, Weather and Adria then backed away. I feel a tremendous magical power coming from him, Amber said. All right, first of all, I'm sorry. This is all my fault, David said. Worry about apologizing later. We have a fight to win, Deku said. Izuku, we can't possibly take on a god, Amber said. I'm destined to fight a devil, a god is just the opposite. We can win this. Izuku, Penny said. He's right. Weather separated us. Which mean they're not invincible. Which means that the boss, whatever his nature or power is not invincible. We have a chance, David said. And we're going to grasp it, Titania said. Yes. Together, Penny said. I can start repaying my debt, Amber said. Team JPDE, youngsters. You, who helped me live again, now, help me feel truly alive. For the first time in millions of years, the boss boomed. The fight against the boss was not going well. They were hardly able to do any damage to the boss, and on top of that he could see and harm Amber. Deku thought about using the maximum of 1 for all he could handle, even 100% if that wasn't enough, but that would lead to a cave-in, and while he was confident he could survive it, he wasn't sure if he could protect everyone else. And now with one final push, after throwing everything they had, they finally managed to hurt the boss. Darn it. You're a tough bastard, but we got you, David said. All right. Good job, guys. Don't let up. We're almost done handling these things, Jack called. What is this feeling? What is this, the boss asked. You should by now be more than familiar with the concept of pain, boss. So I guess you're talking about the rush of adrenaline. It's a substance secreted naturally by the human body, Weather said. Adrenaline, you say? So many new sensations. So many new feelings. How can you humans keep gods from all of this, the boss asked. Ah, that face. Did I look like that when we first met, Titania asked. Well, you weren't identical, but Penny said. It's like looking in a mirror. For you, Evelyn said. Could you focus, Bella yelled. I can multitask, don't worry, Evelyn said. I'm glad you're enjoying your new body, boss. Now, should we enhance your experience even further? Weather asked. You mean to tell me there's more to the human experience? The boss asked. And now what are you doing, scoundrel? Penny asked. Oh, nothing much. I just thought I'd let the boss experience the most unique advantage humans have over other life forms, Weather said. A blinding light then emanated from the boss. Ah! My eyes, Titania yelled. Ah! This. Oh, no, Penny said. That's aura. That's aura, Evelyn said. This amount, I've never, Bella said. I can't feel anything, Janara yelled. Isabella, Jack yelled. I know. Let's hurry, Thilla said. I can't feel aura as well as you do, but... Is it bad? David Amber asked. Yes. It's bad, David said. It's really bad, Deku said. The boss chuckled. Truly. Humans. You have kept this from the gods. For far too long, the boss said. The boss then unleashed a massive attack on David, Deku, Penny, Titania and Amber. Penny. David. Ijuku, Jack called. Thilla then took out the last Pyrob Cyan blob she and Jack were fighting. Titania. Amber, Janara asked. David, Deku, Penny, Titania and Amber were all on the ground and had lost a significant amount of aura. So, what was that about fake science, daughter of Polendina? What was that bleeding heart bullcrap about results, benefiting your neighbor? My results are what will make my name known in history. And even if it won't be, my knowledge of my success is all that matters. Divine magic. An aura. And soon, a semblance. I, Weather Van Gertie, made a god into flesh and created the supreme being, Weather said. Will you at least shut up? I'm already in enough pain without having to listen to your bullshit about gods and divine beings. You think you're hot shit, we get it. Put a sock in it, Titania yelled. Oh my. You seem to think I'm just shooting the shit, as they say, Weather said. Guys, I know that Weather likes the sound of his own voice a bit too much, but he's not exaggerating, here Howard said. You cannot be serious. You mean to tell me that? No, the gods are just two, and Jack said. Come on, they are obviously lying. You're lying. Who would believe something like that? Evelyn asked. What reason would I have to lie? The boss asked. Bob also vouches for him. He's the real deal, Andrea said. I guess you're more familiar with two of my brothers on this planet, but can you think of any other existence who could have survived for so long as a pure soul? The boss said, stopping abruptly. Boss. What's wrong? Howard asked. She's coming. I can feel it, the boss said. I see. What would you have us do, then, boss? Weather asked. I hate to cut celebrations short, but we should go, Weather, the boss said. As you wish. I trust your grasp on your powers is strong enough, now, to discard those rebellious pawns, Weather asked. The hell did you just call me? Bella asked. Bella, calm down, Thilla said. You think I'll just let you leave? You think that after all you have done to us, to peak, you won't be leaving here without a fight? Deku said, standing. Ijuku, there's nothing, Jack said. Get ready to run, Deku whispered. What exactly do you plan to do, Otherworlder? Weather said. Otherworlder? The boss asked. That young boy there claims to be from another world. He was brought here because a piece of the flame ended up in his body. Though I don't know how true that is, considering the information came from the rebels. You know about anything like that? I do not. I was just eating worlds before being trapped, so any information about other worlds with humans escapes me, the boss said. Oh, I'll prove to you that it's all true, Deku said. Prove what? You could barely handle the boss with your friends. What do you think you could possibly do on your own? Howard said. I told you I have to fight the devil, and while he may not be an actual devil, he certainly has the power to be one. The boss is no different, the only reason he's a god is because he has power. So just watch me, Deku said. Sure thing, stud, Andrea said, activating his semblance. Deku then activated all the aura pools he had access to, his body being covered in a mixture of colors. He then activated one for all. At 100% Deku then charged towards Andrea, and whilst he was gone in a flash, Andrea was just able to move out of the way, only losing a few strands of hair. Deku crashed into the cave wall behind them. Talk about a letdown. All that talk and he miss. Were like 30 feet from them, how could he have missed? Howard asked. Guys, he wasn't aiming at me, Andrea said. What? Howard asked. I can see the future of someone's actions, but what I can't do is react to them if they are faster than me, Andrea said. Then Howard said. The four turned to see several large cracks in the wall. Clever girl, Deku said. Deku then punched the wall again. The cave then began to crumble. Are you crazy? Howard asked. Maybe, Deku said. The boss laughed. I like you, boy. I would like to fight you once you've mastered this power and once. But I'm not a fool who'd let my enemies get strong. Howard. Why don't you show our friends the full extent of my gift? The boss said. With pleasure, boss, Howard said. Howard then began to transform, and the cave went dark. Why did everything go dark? David asked. Never mind that. Jack, I thought I told you to run, Deku said. Jack said. Just forget it. We need to go before the cave crushes us and Howie shows up again, Deku said. The ground then began to shake. What? The Deku said. Great job, Izuku. Now we're going to fall to our deaths and then be crushed, Bella yelled. That's not it. It's the pyroobsidian. No one has ever managed to explain its properties, its existence. If pyroobsidian only exists because it was the boss's body. If he suddenly renounced his claim to it, all the untreated pyroobsidian will, Penny said. A roar then echoed through the cave. Janara, call for Team RWBY. We need that extraction. Isabella, Bella, with me, Jack yelled. Already on it, Janara said. Farewell, younglings. I only pity that you won't live to see the world I will make, the boss said. Stay close to at least another person at all times. That sound was Wez's failures going out, Thilla said. So now we got to open a path through those things, and with the cave collapsing. Fucking great, Bella said. Black whip tendrils then started to hold up the top of the cave. I'll worry about the cave-in, you guys focus on the failures, Deku said. Penny, how are you holding up? Evelyn asked. I'm sorry, but I don't have enough aura to fight. I will help, Titania, Penny said. Another roar was then heard. What? What was that? Evelyn asked. Howard. Everyone, you need to go. Amber, I need you to be my eyes, David said. Of course, Amber said. David, what are you saying? Penny asked. Are you sure about this, partner? Jack asked. Why? Why do you sound like you're considering it? Evelyn asked. You little. We're not leaving Big Brother behind, Bella yelled. You're leaving me and Deku behind. And if you want to be useful, make a path for us to follow afterwards. On top of our relationship, I have something inside me that the boss wants, remember? And now that I've served my purpose, there's no reason to keep me alive any longer. Me, Deku and Amber will be your rearguard and take some heat off you. Now go, David said. Partner. Just answer me this. Do you have a plan? Jack asked. Yes. I do, David said. Let's go, Jack said. David. Izuku. Don't you dare, Evelyn said. No, 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 Big Brother. Let me go. Let me go, you. No, Bella yelled. Bella, please. We need you, Thilla said. I'll jill you. I'll fucking kill all of you, Bella yelled. Ijuku. David. Please, Penny said. We don't need any heroes today, Titania said. But I'm already a hero, Deku said. You know what I mean, Titania yelled. Everyone apart from Amber, David and Deku then left. Sorry for asking you to stay, Amber, David said. I'm literally the only person of the group whose survival is guaranteed. I would have remained even if you hadn't asked me, Amber said. And I'm sorry for forcing you to stay, Deku, David said. Well, I did start this cave-in, so holding it together for you is fine. Also, as you said, it takes the heat off the others. And I couldn't call myself a hero if I left you behind, Deku said. Thanks, you too. So, Amber, where is he? David asked. The ceiling, Amber said. I need some light, please, David said. Amber then lit up the cave, revealing Howard above in a monstrous spider form. Meanwhile, outside the cave. So we're actually doing it. We're actually climbing inside that giant drill with legs, Weiss said. Yes. We are. And post-haste, Peach said. Our friends need the cavalry. So we ride. Inside the giant drill with legs, Ruby said. Back down in the mines, Jack and Thilla were leading the way out of the mines and clearing a path for David and Deku. Come on. They seem to be particularly susceptible to my semblance. Let's press onwards, Jack said. Jack then continued on. Bella. You've started to, Thilla said. This is not the time to discuss it. We need to get Big Brother's friends out of here, Bella said. Without the boss's magic, you, Thilla said. Not the time. David and Ijuku stayed behind so we could go forward. So let's go forward, Bella said. Further down the mines, David was still fighting Howard. He was having a hard time, running on little to no aura, and with Deku using almost all of his aura pools for his 100% attack, he couldn't refill. The one thing that was his saving grace was Deku. Deku was pitching in where he could, destroying rock that were going to fall on him and attacking Howard when he could. But now their luck was about to turn around. David, Ijuku, he stopped moving, Amber said. Good. That's good, David said. Guess keeping up that form takes a lot of aura, Deku said. Amber. Keep the lights on, David said. Yes, Amber said. Always keep the lights on, David said. After giving it one final push, Howard stopped attacking. We're both out of time, aren't we? Without Bella or the boss around. You can't leave here easily, can you? The longer you wait, the more dangerous it is. This whole place is going to crumble on top of us very soon. So, these are your options. We can both keep fighting until I'm out of aura and Deku rescues me, and then you can take your chances with the mountain falling on top of you. You can try and go after my friends and take your chances with them before taking your chances with the collapse. Or third, we end this right here and we both go our separate ways. The choice is yours, David said. Howard then retreated. David, he's gone, Amber said. Good. Deku, we're done here, David said. Okay. Get going, I'll be right behind you, Deku said. Right, David said. David then ran for the tunnel they had entered through. All right, I'm out. You can let go now, Deku, David said. Deku then released Black Whip and ran towards the tunnel, but just as he was about to make it, it was covered by several rocks. Ijuku, David yelled. Go on without me. I'll find my own way out, Deku said. But David said. I don't need aura to fight, remember, you can't, so go. I'll be fine, now go, Deku said. Alright, don't die, David said. I won't, Deku said. David then continued forward. Deku turned to look around for an exit. He could go up the tunnel Howard had created, But that would take him to the boss, and he knew that would not go well. A crack then began to form in the ground. Sometimes to rise up, you have to fall down, Deku said. Deku then jumped down and soon after the cave collapsed. Back up the mines. The rescue team had killed several of the failures. Of course. Of course. We come out of the giant drill with legs, and what do we find? A posse of disgusting monsters I've never heard of before. They're definitely not grim, let me tell you. Can this day get any weird? Weiss asked. Weiss, will you shut up and kill the goddamn monsters? Young yelled. What does it look like I'm doing? Weiss yelled. Venting and getting on my nerves, Young said. We Shnees excel at multitasking, Sister Weiss yelled. We're here. Hurry up. Penny, you and Titania go first, Jack yelled. Titania. What happened? Peach asked. Long story, Mom, Titania said. Jack, oh my gods, are you alright? Where are David and Izuku? Ruby asked. There. Behind us, Jack said. Using her semblance, Ruby sped down the tunnel. Ruby, no, Weiss yelled. Not that far away. David was running up the mine. As he was running, he fell to the ground. David, Amber said. I'm fine, I stumbled, David said. You're out of breath. You've been pushing yourself too hard, Amber said. I'm fine. Just give me a, David said. Another failure then appeared before them, but it was quickly cut down. David, Ruby yelled. Ruby. What are you doing here? David asked. A last-minute rescue, of course. Hey, where's Izuku? Ruby asked. Don't worry, he'll be fine. I swear. I don't think I've ever been happier too, David said. The ground below them then began to crumble beneath them. They both jumped back to avoid falling in. Ruby, you should go, David said. What? Ruby asked. I can't make that jump. I can barely stand, right now. It's over, David said. No, it's not, Ruby sobbed. David, listen to her. It's not over, Amber said. The ground underneath David then began to fall. David, Ruby said. It's alright, Ruby. You tried your best. It's just bad luck. Well, truth tell. I kind of screwed up, so maybe this is my punishment. Hey, David said. Don't you say it. Don't you dare say it. I don't care if you made a mistake. You've helped me, you've helped Janara, Belle, and you don't deserve this. You don't deserve this, Amber said. David. No one deserves this, Ruby said. I know, David said. Ruby then thrusted Crescent Rose into the ground. Ruby, what are you doing? David asked. You can't make that jump. Then maybe you can make this one, Ruby said. Ruby, are you crazy? Crescent Rose won't be able to, David said. I can already feel it threatening to slip, David. But you know what? You know how I was angry at Bella. Like she had taken from my time with my mother. Then, I thought about it, and I remembered what my dad told me about my mom, Ruby said. Ruby, David said. She just couldn't leave things alone. Even if it cost her something, even if it was dangerous, she just could never leave things alone. And I'm the same. I can't leave things alone. I can't leave people alone. I can't leave my friends alone. I can't leave you alone, David. And I won't. So please, David. Grab my hand, Ruby said. David reached out to grab Ruby's hand, however the hands were just barely not able to reach each other's. They both leaned further across the gap in hopes of reaching each other, but then the whole tunnel collapsed, sending them falling further down the mines. Meanwhile, in the forest that surrounded Peak. How does your first breath of fresh air feel like? Boss Weather asked. Invigorating. Refreshing. I don't even have to think about it and yet my lungs fill and empty continuously, the boss said. Yes, the human body is quite the incredible machine. And we're about to make it even greater, Weather said. Speaking of not so great things, though. I see, Howard. Well, what do you know? He once again failed to kill the studs. Who'd have thought, Andrea said. I'm sorry, Boss, Howard said. It's all right, Howard. Your life was more important than the death of those two, the boss said. Boss, Howard asked. The road ahead is long and fraught with obstacles. And I will have need of you in the future. Don't be so quick about apologizing for not throwing your existence away. Believe me when I say that ending up buried deep underground is not a pleasant experience, the boss said. Moo. You're too nice, boss. Aren't you supposed to be evil, Andrea asked. Am I? We'll see, the boss said. What's next for us, Weather asked. I would discover more of the human body. And see what this world built on my suffering has to offer. Before that, though. A name, the boss said. A name, Weather said. I can't have you call me boss forever now, can I? I have never had need of a name before, but I've had time to think about it. From now on, call me Anjay, the boss said. Everyone, apart from David, Deku and Ruby, had escaped the collapsing mines and were safe at the mine entrance. There was a gloomy mood permeating the area. Nothing yet. Janara confirmed that there's still places where the ceiling didn't collapse and pockets of air. So far they haven't found any trace of them, so there's still hope, Jack said. To find their crushed bodies, Weiss asked. Jack was taken aback. Don't give me that look. It's hopeless. Ruby went out as I always knew she would, Weiss said. Weiss Young said. Trying to help, Weiss said. They began to grieve their fallen friends. However, how long do you think you can fall for, Ruby asked.